not broken, I'm just split in two. I'm not broken, I'm just split in two. I'm not broken, I'm just split in two. The memory of you just come running back. You just come running back.
I always wondered if I could be right there for you, but you never seemed so certain. And it took me hours to get the courage just to ask if you felt this or you're still searching. Just need you to tell me how to act or how to love, just so you don't walk away. 'Cause I follow you far from here, even if you disappear. But I won't just ask you to stay. All for the love, all for the love. Yeah, I do it all for the love. It's all for the love, all for the love. Yeah, I do it all for the love. It's all for the love. I never thought of the pressure that I put on you to tell me that I'm your forever. But to lift that weight off, 'cause I cannot depend on you to be the reason I feel better. Just need you to tell me I'm gonna be okay, even if you don't walk away. And I've worried of all the things that will make me be this way, but I'm gonna find my place. All for the love, all for the love. Yeah, I do it all for the love. It's all for the love, all for the love. Yeah, I do it all for the love. It's all for the love. It's all for the It's all for the love. Oh, oh. It's all for the love. Oh, it's all for the love. Oh, oh. It's all for the love.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cracked Media Multiverses. As I get higher up into my chair, I am Quang, one of your lovely commentators tonight, and I actually don't know who this person to my left is. I don't recognize this profile.
How you doing, Quang? How you doing? Me and production had a meeting. We've decided to flip the script horizontally, as it were. Um, Hello everyone. Welcome to our fifth weekly tournament of multiverses. I am Zephyr, of course. We've got a big one lined up for us today, Quang. I'm very excited to see all the different participants we have today. A lot of returning faces, as always. A lot of fresh and new names to throw their hats into the ring and see who's going to come out on top. I'm very excited for this week. I feel like I say that every week, but I emphasize it this week.
Yeah, I mean, we grow. I mean, we really grow week to week, right? That's like
Mm.
which is good trajectory. We're showing up. People are, wanting to play our tournament, one of the best tournaments, the best tournament.
I mean, we have kind of taken the game by storm, I'd say. So I think we're certainly in the running.
I will
I mean,
say
we've got
some of
some
the
top players.
top players. I think the biggest difference between the start and now, if we're being objective, right? If we're
Mm-hmm.
being completely objective, is that you exist and I exist, which is great.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
honestly, without us, what would Cracked Media Multiverses even be?
Well, I mean, the first tournament didn't have either of us, and then episode 5 has turned around, and we are both still here. So I would say that there has only been improvements in terms of the on-screen personalities. But of course, that I'm a little biased there because I get to spend 3 to 5 hours with you. So
And I get to be me. And
Jesus Christ.
so moving into the tournament here today, it is our fifth installment, going strong, going good. We have a lot of returning members, a lot of new members. It's really, honestly, I'm really excited to see how everything unfolds. Last week, kind of some upsets, some surprising uh outcomes. It had me holding my breath for a little bit too long. I may or may not have brain damage due to it.
I mean that uh, I will not be held responsible for that. That's not my fault at all. But I'm glad that you've recovered. It's lovely to have you back. I dread to think who your replacement could have been. So, but we'll take it in stride as matches are already getting underway. We are trying to get through as many matches as possible with the amount of people we have participating. We'll be trying to show you guys as many variety of matches as possible. Obviously, the quicker we can get things underway, the quicker we can get things going, the more streamlined this will be, and hopefully, the smoother it will be. We do have, I mean, looking at our secondary, like our lower bracket, just on its own, there's 9 rounds to get to qualify for the grand final, as opposed to the regular sort of 6 or 7 that we normally have. So that doesn't tell you the scope of the show right now. I don't know what will.
I mean, it looks like the tournament is already going on the way. We have a couple of matches running. God, there's so many people this time around. I
Yeah.
have to scroll for winners bracket.
We've got people like Mohawk and Just Siphon and I believe that's Nemmels? I believe that's Nemmels, that's how we say that. Indigo, Gryffindor, obviously we have Anthos, I believe our 2-time champion currently. We have Gritaku and Carnilla waiting in the wings, ready to get going. We got Bobo that's made their way back. Silver is here. Smoke Emerald is here. Sushi is making a lovely return. Lethal is here. Ipoka, I still don't know how to say your name. I'm very sorry. Is also here, currently going up against Shaf Nizzle, who's been here for the last couple of weeks. Bad Joe is back. And then we've got some new names like Alerts and Pookies, and Antonio, I believe, is a new one. Big Mac Press, I don't recognize. Senso, many O's in that name is another one I don't recognize. So honestly, yeah, no, it's a stacked night. It is an incredibly stacked night.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. It's been a very busy week, and the weekend is only going to get busier. I think tomorrow's the busiest Saturday of my life, but we're going to make it work. I wouldn't miss this for anything.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either. Famously, I have moved my stream day for this, so I clearly care a lot about this tournament. Great tournament. I'm slowly turning into like a Donald Trump type. I don't know what's happening.
Oh
Uh,
God.
I don't know why my speech pattern is like that tonight. Uh,
What does that make me? Wait. Was that? Hold up. What does that make me? I don't like the implications here. I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
I mean, you don't have to be a fan.
Oh God, that makes it worse. Oh, that just makes it worse. Right. I am desperately trying to see if we have any updates. We do. Shafnizzle is 1 point down against Poker as we move this commentary very swiftly forward, as I don't want to think about the implications. So Poker is 1 point up in their match up currently. I don't believe we have any more scores on the floors at least yet. No, that is a lie. Senso has gotten a point against Big Mac Prez. Congratulations to you, sir or madam or other, whatever you prefer. We don't judge here, obviously. As we got to remind everyone, once you get to the semi-finals, it does become a 5-fight bout. So all of these people currently need to win a best of 3. There's a lot of best of 3 to go around. What are we kind of expecting this week? Obviously, we have rumors of some Harleys and some Gizmos, maybe some Stripes, but we do know that we can expect a couple of my sleep paralysis demons in the Iron Giant, who, as far as I'm aware, as far as you've made known to me, is still very strong currently.
I apologize if you guys are watching a stream me turning backwards. You can probably also see the fact that my blinds are moving on their own. It is actually just my cat being a menace. Speaking of menaces, if you guys are watching the stream and you're not doing it on the Crack Media website, what are you doing? You should go to crack-media.com/Twitch to watch all the Cracked Media content that you could possibly want, including the XP Share podcast. You know, there's some blogs there. There's some other creators that we promote. We have some art, amazing art, and you can find that all at crack-media.com. And as far as the tournament and your question earlier that I definitely remembered and didn't stall to remember,
Iron Giant.
I think that we're gonna see actually like the whole shebang. I think we're gonna see a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What we're not gonna see is Samurai Jack, as Samurai Jack is still behind a paywall. So we are banning him from the tournament until you can theoretically unlock him through payment-free means.
Absolutely. I look forward to when we do finally get to see some Samurai Jack. I think that will add some spice into the mix. But, just like we had with Agent Smith, we want to make sure everything is fair and, no one has an advantage because of, they were able to afford a more powerful character than someone else. But
I'm hoping that by the time that happens, he will be nerfed into the ground, because apparently he is silly strong. He's
I
not just
feel
strong, he's silly strong.
I feel like this happens a lot, though. I feel like when a character first comes out, they do see, like, They are incredibly powerful, incredibly overpowered and unbalanced. Um, Whether that is just me sort of Mandela affecting myself into that, or if that is genuinely a thing that they do, is like they sort of release a character in their most powerful form and then bring them down after they've had a couple of weeks or a couple of maybe a month going around the circuit. But I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing with these kinds of games is I'm not very good at keeping up to date in terms of the long term effects of buffs and stuff. That's why I'm very glad we have you here.
Yeah, I'm checking the patch notes every week, making sure nothing crazy is going on. It looks like we are wrapping up our first round of winners here. Uh, with Mohawk moving up and playing against Eris. Yeah, and we're just waiting for round one, Big Mac Prez versus Sensu, who the winner of that match goes up against our reigning champion, Anthos.
Mm.
Now, Anthos has been a menace. Do you think he plays the Superman? Do you think he brings out the Iron Giant? Do you think he plays a whole nother character? What's kind of vibes that we have on Anthos currently?
I'm expecting an early Wonder Woman. I think you've saved the Superman for now. He's going up against people that we don't necessarily know if they have faced in the past, but as far as these tournaments are concerned, either way, he'll be going up against someone who they have not faced in crack media. So I think you play it safe. You go with the Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman tends to be the character that Anthos goes when they're feeling out an opponent. Um, we could see a mid-match switch. I think that's definitely in the cards. But if I were Anthos, I'd be holding off on the Superman right away, because we don't know how much these other competitors have been studying the tapes. We don't know if they've been researching Anthos in the background and knowing sort of how they play. So it may be the case that Senso or Prez may be going in expecting the Superman, in which case, flipping the script on them may be beneficial. Elsewhere in the bracket, we have Gory, who's got a point up on alerts. Well done to you. Prime has gotten a point up on Kal-El Fox, I believe that is. I do apologize. Batkiller will be moving to the next round. Indigo Wendigo has got a point up against Gryffindor as they go into their next matchup. Shaft Nizzle has gotten a point back on a poker as they go into their third and final matchup. Musty Nobody has gotten a point up on Whoa It's Bobo. And elsewhere on the card, Bathe is moving through to the next round, as is Sushi. And the match with Mohawk and Eris is officially underway.
You know, I never noticed you wore glasses.
Yeah, I do. I gotta hide my identity. It's a very big thing on my little corner of the internet. I don't want to give away what I look like.
Yeah. Up until today, I only could see your beanie.
Yeah, well,
Fun fact:
now.
this isn't. I'm actually trapped in this box, and there is a red void right here where my
Yeah.
arm's disappearing into, and
We've
past that void is CJ.
I am the master of the void. The void is under my command. Don't worry, you will get fed at some point. We'll handle that probably.
Please, masters.
Oh.
I have eaten
Okay,
in 3 days.
Alrighty, so moving on, congratulations to Indigo at Wendigo, who won their matchup and will be moving on to the next round. Gory is able to win their round up against Alerts and will be moving up against Mott's. Congratulations to you. Antonio has won their 2 rounds and will be moving forward. Foles is moving forward to face Gritaku in another 2-0 victory. Shapnizzle beat Ipoka in a 2-1 victory. Lethal has gained their first point in their matchup, and Twitch underscore Senso got a 2-0 victory against Big Mac Prez, who will be going up against Anthos. We will get that match ready for you right now, ladies and gentlemen, and get right into the action as quickly as possible.
And we're gonna go into that game right now. I'm interested in seeing how Anthos has prepared for this match today. Uh, sometimes you're just not in the right form. Sometimes you're not used to the players. But being our reigning champion, I would put my money on him. Feels bad to say, but that's kind of the vibe I guess I'm getting from this tournament is who can take down Anthos.
No, absolutely. I think that's what it comes down to, is we can only go off what we know. We can only go off what we've seen, and what we have seen is a very dominant Anthos. So I will be very interested to see what we see from what looks like a Shaggy pick to combat the Superman, the threatening Superman. They are going to go with a very strong hero to start off with, going to Trophy's Edge. I would be fearful, but I'm also very hopeful. I don't doubt that Senso can absolutely pull it out of the bag and rip the rug from underneath us. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen Anthos go to the second bracket, so we know that it's possible, but can it be done? We're about to find out. Superman versus Shaggy, Trophy's Edge.
Opening up with a jab, dash attack, jab combo. Shaggy is one of the few characters that is very strong up close, with a lot of really powerful moves that can just shove Anthos out of his comfort zone. Just like that knee. Oh, try to go for a dodge read uppercut. Just kind of whiffs, but is able to open up and get a little bit more damage down.
Absolutely. Anthos is known for that lethal Superman combo that we've seen him win matches with. However, the upward juggle from Shaggy is able to get a lot of damage in. Anthos is actually on the back foot here. 93 heat, only to 60. He is able to do a lot of damage. They built the heat up on Shaggy, but he's able to escape the combo. And now it looks like Anthos is on the hunt. It looks like Shaggy has a lot of very nice air control, a lot of good uses of the dodging, and it looks like Senso is back in control.
I wonder if anyone's going to be able to punish that combo, since it's not true, and it looks like Anthos tries to end that ladder combo. Oh, that was while knocking Shaggy off the top. But he ends the up and down combo with a spike that is clearly not true. And everyone gets back off stage. But no one punishes what is traditionally a very laggy move with a very easily discernible hitbox.
I do think it comes down to execution. Shaggy is able to get the charge off, but they miss the knee. Anthos now at 152 heat, but not yet eliminated. He's built up 70 heat on the Shaggy now. It's a very nice amount of insurance. Not able to hit with the eye lasers in this instance, but he's once again, like we saw last week, he's using this ice breath of his to control the ledge, make sure Shaggy can't get back onto the surface of the stage and reset. He does get the elimination, does Shaggy, but at 100 heat, it's immediately stolen back by Anthos. Shaggy is now one stock down at a 0-0 reset.
It's looking hard. It's looking difficult. Shaggy's really has a little bit of everything, but is kind of your jack of all trades character. Has a decent projectile, has really good strong hitboxes, has decent combos, but you have to be able to catch the opponent and be able to do that. And it just kind of looks like, honestly, Sensu is having just trouble getting everything together, able to clearly put on a lot of damage onto the Superman, just not being able to close out those stocks. It's gonna really hurt him this game and maybe the entire match.
No, absolutely. He needs to try and get that aerial control that we saw earlier in the matchup. He was doing very well on the opening, but once you let Anthos get control of a matchup, there's not much you can do. He has evened it out with the second stock and is able to get the charge off. Is he going to be able to connect with the knee? Looks like he's trying to line up for it. Anthos desperately trying to avoid that horizontal line. The thing is, with Shaggy at 108 heat now, he needs to play incredibly carefully. Anthos really just needs to get that one good combo, which he does connect! And he takes the first point of the match. Very well done to Anthos. What do you make of that?
Strong start from Anthos. I think he is playing really careful. Anthos is a patient man, an individual willing to wait out the opponent's mistakes and capitalizing on those mistakes as soon as they happen. I think, honestly, Sensu just needs to do a slightly better job of capitalizing on those hits, trying to force Anthos further and further in the edge. Superman has a lot of really good zoning tools, but Shaggy's really good at getting in. And once he gets in, he can clearly get a lot of damage down, can get some early kills. Unfortunately, it just really felt like Anthos took a hold of the game really quickly and just never let go. Just kind of kept moving forward with the lead that he had until, even with that stock tie in the end, was able to easily close out that stock just because of the damage that he built up.
Absolutely. I think it does come down to a game of momentum at that point, and once Anthos gets into that rhythm, breaking out of it is incredibly difficult. It looks like we're not going to see a perk change at this point. Shaggy obviously betting on his power-up ability to go at 100% of its full potential. Looks like Anthos is going to stick with the sort of regular perk out set that we see him use a lot as we go to Sky Arena, using the platforms at this stage. And, Senso cannot allow for Anthos to get control of the ledge, because we know he is not afraid to just hold that ice breath, make sure you can't get in unless you're willing to take the status effects, take the chip damage. Able to get a very nice grab here, dealing a fair amount of damage. Yet to take any heat so far is Anthos.
Apparently this is a game 1 reset. They went to the wrong map initially. I wonder how that's going. So we are actually returning back to neutral. This is where they decided that they wanted to go. They quickly played what can be thought of as, I guess, a warm-up match. And Anthos is, I guess, just hitting the pedal and getting this early lead, knocking Shaggy almost out, but Shaggy's able to return the favor with that charge up. I'm not entirely sure where Shaggy can go on the map against this Superman, but Sensu hopefully is able to find something as he evens the damage up and is looking for this kill.
The issue you have going up against a Superman is obviously a character like that loves their aerial maneuverability. The platforms don't really benefit you massively, and as we see a strong elimination there from Anthos, Senso is going to need to desperately try and capitalize on the high amount of heat that he was able to build up. An incredible dodge from Anthos there, avoiding the elimination. Able to get a downward spike is Shaggy, but another amazing dodge, and here comes that vicious cycle combo again. The knee does connect, 152. Shaggy able to charge it up. He needs to connect this kick. Now he does, and he gets the elimination, evens it up. Obviously, Anthos having the warm-up match must have some kind of momentum going into this. But I guess the flip side of that is Senso now kind of knows how Anthos plays, knows what to expect, getting control of the ledge again. But Senso is able to avoid it, gets back in control, trying to deal as much damage as possible. 21 to 48.
I really like that Sensu, every time that he knows the combo's going to end, he just regains center stage and charges his Super Shaggy, I guess, just a little bit. And every time that he's able to, abuse that charge up, get the strong hit, but loses all of his air tools. And just kind of slowly falls to his death there.
It does sort of factor in. Obviously, you need to be able to land. You need to basically be able to reset your utilities. However, it does also give that little bit of a stall that in some cases we've seen throughout this matchup does kind of throw Anthos off a little bit. You know, going to make a move from the predicted fall only for Shaggy to be able to stall it can sometimes be the difference between 40 damage and 50. Although it does look like Anthos is going to try and get this elimination as quickly as possible, hitting a 98. But
No mystery here.
Shaggy is able to grab it, and now, obviously, it's all evened up, but with 62 heat already taken, I mean, the insurance has surely already been paid.
Yeah, I mean, Anthos takes a clean kill to close out game 1. Unfortunately,
I knew
I
we could do
think
it.
that Sensu does a really good job of using, or fortunately, Sensu does a really good job of using that side special to close out the stocks. Unfortunately, I think it got a little too predictable, and Anthos was able to space around it, do the Anthos thing, and close out the game.
Absolutely. I think it really, you can't be using the same moves over and over again against Anthos because of how adaptable he is as a player.
I wonder if there will be a character switch from either player. Maybe Anthos is not looking to play the Superman or just didn't feel that good. Maybe Sensu is feeling the pressure of going up against the reigning champion. Sensu did a really good job, honestly, going up, playing this uphill battle, right? He did a really good job of trying to charge up, trying to get the strong hits, quick combos, poking here and there. Unfortunately, I think the one thing that I would love to see Sensu do if he does decide to stick with the Shaggy is know that when he lands that down aerial at the high percents, that this probably not going to connect with a kill move. And taking that time to retake center or charge to get a really strong special move to hunt for a kill that way instead. But we're going to go into game 2 here. It looks like we're going back to Sky Arena. What do you expect?
I mean, again, we're seeing the use of the platforms in this instance. I think that really when you're playing as Senso is, when you're in this position, you know, you're a point down, you gotta remember that it's not over. It's not, the match isn't won until that second point is scored. All it takes is a quick opening and a very strong combination of moves in order to get Anthos on the dangerous side of an elimination. The biggest thing Senso needs to focus on right now is avoiding that combination of moves, that constant juggling that Anthos has constantly and perpetually put him throughout this matchup. Again, we're seeing the use of the Super Shaggy charge up in order to stall the falling, but in this instance, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. Only 20 damage taken from Anthos. Senso is in a really disadvantageous position here. I'm not sure the strategy you're going to need to undertake in order to recover from this, because every dodge he's trying to take, every use of his kit, it does just land him right back into Anthos' moves. I think Anthos hasn't read. I think it's far too predictable.
I don't know if going back to platform Sky Arena was the right choice. Clearly, Shaggy's having a little bit of hard time landing and restoring all. Anthos tried to dodge through it, but yeah, Shaggy's having a little bit of trouble landing, and Anthos is just able to hit him over and over again, eventually getting to the point where he's able to get a stock.
Not making that mistake again.
I just don't know if this was the right choice, but Anthos doing that early Superman combo, trying to lead into another strong hit, while Senso looks for the kill.
Got a target.
It's looking dire. Senso's already at 86 damage racked up. I don't know what else he can do.
We have Anthos sat here at 42. I can see the strategy of picking this arena. The platforms allow for more groundwork, higher chance of reset, but I think you picked the right arena against the wrong enemy in this instance of Superman. Once again, getting this ledge control. That's a 3-0 sweep.
I guess it technically is 3-0.
Everyone did a good job. Proud
Yeah,
of
it's
you.
3 stocks to nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying 3 games.
No,
See,
no, three stocks, 3-0, 3 points. Three's three. 3 is 3, and that's all she wrote.
I mean, once again, uphill battle. Sensu was going up against our reigning champion, and it's only winners round 2. So Sensu has a chance to make it all the way back through our losers bracket. And honestly, if he continues to play like that, I think there's a good chance that he makes it pretty far, if not all the way.
Nah, absolutely. It wasn't a lack of skill on Senso's half at all. It's just sometimes when you come up against a mountain that is someone like Anthos, you just got to admit that it's going to be a difficult climb, and that's exactly what it was. But Senso had a lot of very good technical ability there, very good use of his different moves to try and get air control. I think just there were a couple of moments where the dodges didn't quite land how he wanted them to. And, Anthos is able to take advantage of moments like that and absolutely run away with it. And like we say, once Anthos has the momentum, it's very hard to break it. But Senso, I absolutely believe you can win it all back, and I look forward to seeing you perform just as strong and better still in the secondary bracket. Elsewhere on the card, we have Mott's going up against Antonio. Mott's coming out of a 2-0 win against Gory. Indigo was able to beat Batkiller in a 2-1 victory, who will move on to the quarterfinals. Lethal was able to beat Shaft Nizzle in a 2-0 victory, who also moves on to the quarterfinals on the opposite side of the bracket. Gritaku is 1-0 up against Bad Joe, who are now going into their second matchup. Bathe is waiting to find out if Namels or Carnilla is going to make it out of their matchup, which is currently 1 apiece. And Anthos, of course, is going to be moving on to face their next opponent in Kal-El Fox.
Now,
Kal-El coming out of a 2-1 victory. Sorry.
Kal-El is a top Iron Giant player. Your nightmare.
Yep.
And honestly, will be definitely one of the quote unquote favorites for this bracket. I'm looking forward to seeing them go up against one another as we load up into that very game. Anthos sticking with the Superman, it looks like. I'm expecting some big hits, some huge back and forths. Ooh,
Absolutely.
Kala was hovering the Wonder Woman for a little bit, but switches to the Iron Giant.
This is going to be a very interesting matchup. A very heavy hitter in terms of player skill, Anthos against a very heavy hitter in terms of player skill and character pick in the Iron Giant. I'm not gonna say I'm rooting for anyone in this one. Anthos is a champion. I always love to see a champion usurped. But the Iron Giant's very scary, and I fear the Iron Giant from my.
I feel like you might be trying to sway the audience here, right? Superman's also a good character.
Superman is a very heavy hitter. I'm not denying that, but I feel like purely strength to strength. I think you give it to the Iron Giant, but I think Anthos' execution of that kit, execution of that strength, is what brings him a step above the rest.
I mean, what we're really going to be looking for is seeing if Iron Giant can take advantage of those small moments where he is both far enough away for Superman not to punish big moves, so either he's safe on whiff or is able to land the hits, or those moments where Superman can't combo and punish him for greeting, basically.
I think you're exactly right. What we are seeing is Anthos is very good at avoiding the massive hitboxes that the Iron Giant makes use of in their repertoire. Although finally the Iron Giant is able to get a combo off, but Superman dodges it once again. And where Superman is superior is the sky! And he takes out the Iron Giant and himself as well. I mean, we're going to see a reset here.
That might be good for the Superman, honestly. I would be way more scared, especially if you can replicate the results over and over again. But they are both fighting with the air mobility of gods and just moving back and forth. I see the EMP breaking out of Superman's grab and then returning to neutral.
The EMP is one of the most dangerous parts of the Iron Giant repertoire, basically able to just break any combination you want. Looks like they're going for another downward spike, but not able to hit it on this instance. Once again, Anthos is taking complete control over the situation.
Kal-El had nowhere to go, honestly, with that big hitbox that would have sent them down anyways. He just followed Iron Giant until Iron Giant decided that, you know, I'm a fall, maybe I bring him down with me.
Very good execution there of the downward drop, but not able to get the heat build up. What advantage he had going into this next fight to try and get rid of that second stock that Anthos has. At this point is null and void. Anthos able to get him well into kill range. 118 heat, sitting at over 72. Gets the aerial control and an uppercut. It's going to send the Iron Giant out of the arena. The first point is going to go to Anthos.
I knew we could do it. Thank you.
I did a dominant match once again. I mean,
I mean, I guess the Iron Giant is just a poser to the Man of Steel. As we are seeing a character switch. I was going to say, I think Anthos was just timing all of it. His hits really well, out prioritizing a lot of the moves that Iron Giant was trying to do. Like I said, those hits have to connect, and you kind of have to play around that, and you can't just throw out big hitboxes and whiffs. Wonder Woman a little bit safer in that regard, a little bit better hitboxes, a little bit faster, a lot a bit smaller as far as characters go, and maybe that can be the difference.
I think Wonder Woman has sort of a couple of moves in her repertoire that make her very defensive, especially utilizing the shield, both as a defense but also mobility, in order to basically hunker down, really, and just try and surpass the flurry of damage and the flurry of blows that are going to come their way. It may be a very good pick. I mean, this is something we saw in the previous match that Kal-El took part of. They lost with the Iron Giant, switched to Wonder Woman, and then got the 2 points they needed to progress to this stage in the tournament. So are we going to see that again? Is this the strategy of the Iron Giant doesn't work, so I'm just going to make it work with Wonder Woman instead? The deadly combination, 50 damage from that alone, going up to 75, 76 now is the Wonder Woman. Able to get a little bit of damage in here.
That is the big thing that makes Superman really good, is those early percent combos and the ease at which Superman gets kill percent. But this is what makes Wonder Woman so good, is these huge hitboxes that all combo into another huge hitbox. But Anthos really just said, you're going to dash back, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to hit you with that side special. Not letting Kal-El, honestly, respond to what was going on. I blinked.
Anthos put pressure on the aggression and was able to make Kal-El pay for it. And a second elimination again! Once again, the dominant force of Anthos just absolutely sweeping the competition. Finally, Kal-El is able to get the elimination and get a stop back up. Both at 0-0 now. Kal-El can absolutely do it, but I can't believe what we've just seen.
Wish I didn't have
Turns
to do
out Superman is the real Kal-El, as we see Anthos going up 2-0, knocking Kal-El Fox into losers bracket. Unfortunate. That's not how I wanted to see anybody go.
No, absolutely. You don't expect a mistake like that at this kind of level of play. It happens, absolutely. These things can happen, and they do. And I'm sure Kal-El will brush themselves off and make their way through the secondary bracket to try and get their redemption. But just a poor execution of moves, not able to land the hits, and then obviously not really having any aerial mobility. I don't know if they weren't able to connect with the wall before they eliminated themselves, but
I
I'm
don't know.
flabbergasted. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I'll need to watch that again, which you can do at home as well. Later on the weekend, all these episodes will be uploaded to Cracked Media's YouTube channel. I'm certainly going to be watching this one back to analyze this and see what happened there. But make sure you go over to Cracked Media on YouTube. You can not only catch all of these episodes as they go up, but you can also catch side quests as well as XP Share, the podcast hosted by Cracked Media, as we move on to the next round, which is going to be Anthos again, as we follow him into the quarterfinals against Indigo Wendigo, coming off of a 2-1 victory against the Bat Killer.
Now, Wendigos aren't bats, famously, so it seems like a bad matchup. But Black Adam versus Superman. We haven't seen a lot of Black Adam at these tournaments.
I was going to say, I think this is our first.
So we are sorry, there's some banter happening in the chat that made me giggle. As Indigo Wendigo indeed is getting ready to get looped by the Superman. That we see, like I said, one of Superman's strength that has been taken away from a lot of other characters are those early percent loops. Though for most other characters that have, to be fair, most other characters, when you got caught in the loop, you didn't really leave the loop. But no, this should be a good match. And honestly, I'm gonna be the first to say this. Between the two of us, anyways, is that I'm hoping Anthos gets knocked to the losers bracket. I'm kind of hoping that Anthos needs to fight grueling match after grueling match, and we might be able to see a new champion.
You're looking for a usurper, I see.
It doesn't have to be a biased commentary. But it is. But it is.
I will continue to stay neutral on
I'm
this.
hunting for flaws in Anthos's gameplay right now. It's not gonna be me. It's by the way, I'm not gonna.
So much anger.
I'm not gonna be the one to take Anthos down.
I think you've just worked yourself into a hole here as the match gets underway, and they're almost able to get out of it, but does still take a little bit of damage for their trouble. It does look like we're gonna see a little bit of control here from the Black Adam, able to get a little bit of damage back, but Superman still dominant. Here comes the combination. Up to 73 heat is Black Adam, using the platform that seems to reset. Oh, and there is the clap.
Good punishes from Indigo Wendigo. Whenever Anthos commits to an option, Black Adam punishes the Superman for deciding to do a laggy move and is really keeping everything very even. Oh, but gets just caught by the down ground attack. I don't know what to call these moves, and I apologize.
I typically just sort of improvise as we go. And now Anthos once again with the ledge control, both at very even levels of heat right now, but it looks like Anthos is going to get that point up. Black Adam is going to need to get this elimination fast and efficiently if they want any chance of evening up this matchup. Any damage that Anthos deals at this point is just an insurance policy. going into the next matchup, sat now at 119. Able to bring Wendigo all the way up into the 50s. Caught in the loop and reversing it to get an extra execution off. Wendigo now at a very dangerous 80, up into 90. There's the combo. Wendigo able to stay alive for the first one, but the second uppercut's gonna take it.
The worst part is that Wendigo was out and rolled back into the loop. Anthos was just hitting buttons, pure muscle memory. Very unfortunate end. And you can see that Wendigo's looking for that strong hit to knock Anthos out, but in hunting, Anthos seems to have gotten a read. Ooh. And is able to read the roll there as well, knocking out Wendigo, getting that first game victory 3-0.
No choice.
Another clean sweep from Anthos. This man is a menace to society.
I couldn't find a good flaw. I'm sorry. I tried my best. I got hit by every read. I rolled every time Wendigo rolled. And if you said, or if you're thinking in the chat that you wouldn't have gotten a hit, there's no reason to lie to yourself. No one else is there. No one's listening to
Anthos
you.
is just on another level. He is just absolutely on a completely other level. I mean, Wendigo did have a couple of very good executions there, but I mean, there's not much you could say. It was a 3-0 sweep with the stocks. I mean, that says everything you need to, really, as we're now going to Trophy's Edge for the second round. Maybe this new arena will have some kind of difference on the outcome.
I'm disappointed in you, Adam.
But, I mean, Anthos is ready for it, clearly. We're going into it right again.
Yeah, I really feel like Wendigo needs to try to zone the Superman a little bit more, as he has the superior projectiles. But honestly, Anthos is finding his way in every single time regardless.
Oh, very dangerous plays on the edge there.
I don't know how you get out of the loop. You know?
I mean, it's proven that it can be done. People can escape the loop, but it is a grueling feat. And now Black Adam definitely within kill range. Anthos going for another combination. Adam able to hold on.
Ooh,
and now
off of the shock. There's a. I was holding my breath because Adam can carry Superman into that blast zone. It is difficult. It requires a lot from Superman, but Superman covering that corner really well with the jabs, with his ice breath. Coming back onto stage from Anthos is honestly something that seems more difficult than the moon landing.
I must do what's
I mean, I'm not sure I'd quite go that far, but I can absolutely see the amount of skill it needs to execute these kinds of moves and these kind of maneuvers to stay alive. Another very grueling match, obviously, but Wendigo just isn't able to capitalize on the very small openings that Anthos provides. He is at 95 heat, but we've seen Anthos survive entire matchups at high levels of damage. So I'm not sure the numbers are really going to account for much. He's able to avoid the clap yet again. If he's able to land that clap, he might be able to get an elimination, get a stock up, even up this matchup. But it looks like Wendigo now being controlled once again. Domination over the ledge. A position that Anthos is very familiar with in this stage.
I really like what Indigo has started to do with the bolts of lightning. He's making sure that the bolt stays in between him and Superman, just to make sure that Anthos can't get anything for free. Tries to go for the edge guard there, but unfortunately misses it. But is still able to keep the upper hand, keeping the zoning. Everybody's holding their breath as Anthos is reaching 170.
At 187. 187 was the final damage dealt there before Anthos was finally eliminated. But he was able to deal 127 damage of his own before Wendigo was able to even up the stocks. Wendigo's gonna have to now just focus on surviving. Get the occasional hit in when it's safe, but when you're going up against Anthos, I don't think it's ever safe.
No, I mean, this man's a hunter. He smells blood and dives straight for it.
There is the control over the ledge, just the constant use of the breath. We may actually see a freeze here.
Oh, good job
Wendigo
getting-
able to get it!
I'm through playing games.
Oh, and
Adam.
gets the ladder combo, bringing Superman all the way up, not getting hit with that side special. Everything's looking up at Wendigo.
Wendigo may be able to flip this on a dime. He's still got a stock to spare. All he has to do now is get as much damage as possible. I think Superman's going to confirm the kill on this one.
The Kryptonian
But 58 damage is nothing to scoff at when you're going up against Anthos. Any damage is good damage.
It's basically even. We know that both players can do a really good job on these combos. Oh, and
God, they are dancing around each other.
Wendigo trying to read the dodge. Unfortunately, gets the wrong direction,
power of Aten.
but is still keeping his lead. That whiff. Unfortunate.
You can see the desperation now. They're both competitors are playing a very dangerous game. Anthos
Foolishness will
on
be
the
your
edge
end.
of death. He is definitely within kill range right now. But we've seen Anthos survive on insanely high levels of damage. One connection on this side of the board may be enough to take him out, but Anthos able to secure the center of the field now. That is where he wants to be. He needs to deal a lot of damage to catch up. I mean, he's able to do it! I take it all back. I take it all back. I take it all back.
How could you?
I knew we
How
could do it.
could
Thanks.
you? Oh, it's so unfortunate Black Adam didn't get the strong hit of that forward air. It almost happened, CJ. It almost happened.
We were very close to it being all evened up.
I mean, sorry, unbiased commentary. Very good job from Anthos being able to close out the stock, even though he was on the back foot, capitalizing on the fact that he was able to push Wendigo up to that left side blast zone and able to get just strong enough of a hit for Wendigo to be eliminated. Great fight from Wendigo, almost clutching out that second game. Unfortunately, was not able to do so. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what else to say about that.
that was just terrifying to watch. I mean, when you were able to get Anthos in a position where he's at the disadvantage, I mean, it is a game worth watching, absolutely. And I have absolutely no doubt that Wendigo is going to make their way through the second bracket, and we'll be seeing them again very soon in some capacity. But that is the danger of Trophy's Edge, and that's the danger of maps with these floating platforms. I mean, the platform was moving out to the edge anyway. It gave Anthos the opportunity to reset himself. That is really, really unfortunate. I mean, I
yeah.
don't know what you say. I don't know what can be said for that.
What can be said is that you should visit crack-media.com for all the crack-media content, whether it's this tournament, our XP Share podcast every other Sunday. We also have content creators that you should also check out. We've vetted them ourselves. They're pretty great. You should do it. And visit the official Cracked Media YouTube channel for VODs for of the tournaments of the XP Share podcast. Some little special extras that our good friend here also edits and does a really good job on, honestly.
I have a lot of fun with the editing for Crap Media. So another video will hopefully be out within the next sort of 7 to 10 days or so. I will work as quickly and efficiently as I can, but we will see. Elsewhere in the bracket, Mott is currently going up against Name Is No after both received their 2-0 victories moving into the quarterfinals. Gritaku has progressed all the way to the semifinals after beating Lethal in a 2-0 victory. Musty Nobody is currently going up against Eris, 1 point up. We will see how they do as they now also try and fight for a position in the in the semi-finals. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing my job right. And in the lower bracket, we've had Silver making their way all the way into the third round, going up against Bathe as soon as possible. Mohawk was able to get a second point up on Antonio, it looks like. Batkiller was able to get a second point on Ipoka, and they're going to move on to round 4. Kal-El Fox currently going up against Falsify. I said it right. 1 point apiece. Gory is moving right on to the 4th round as well. Mortal and Carnilla are going up against one another, and Shafnizzle has beaten Gryffindor in a 2-0 victory, moving on to the 4th round. And finally, we have Senso going up against Prime, 1 point apiece. The winner of that match will face Bad Joe in the 3rd round of the lower bracket.
I mean, if anybody is more of a favorite, it would be than Anthos. It would be Gritaku. Historical. I think he's the only one in these tournaments that has taken a match over Anthos. Taking a tournament over Anthos.
I was going to say, I believe, I cannot recall off the top of my head the winner of the first tournament.
That was Fire PZ, who is not in the tournament currently.
In which case, yeah, then Gritaku is the favorite to go up against Anthos. However, Anthos, it does look like it's going to be going up against Mots, who is a very lethal, very dangerous Harley Quinn player who I've seen absolutely decimate the field all over the shop. We've seen it last week at MultiVersus number 4. We've seen it in other tournaments as well. So honestly, with Gritaku, Mots, and Eris and Musty all sort of being like our sort of top 5 for this bracket, I'm not gonna say that it's already a decided victory. I think anyone out of these 5 can come out on top. It's just gonna be a matter of when, who, and how.
I'm excited to see this matchup. I know that Mots has been playing. I know that Mots is a strong competitor, but you know, the Superman is a little strong.
I mean, we've seen the absolutely vicious loop, the absolutely vicious combo cycle that he's able to execute, as well as aerial control. I think Harley is going to need to make use of those jack-in-the-boxes that we see in her kit, as well as trying to hit the heavy hammer strikes, the mallet strikes, as often as possible, honestly. I think that's the key when it comes to going up against someone like Superman, is you wanna hit them as heavy as you can. I think chipping at him isn't gonna really do much. You want to be able to do a couple really big hits that make your distance and allow yourself to reset. Harley is someone that can do that. Mots is someone that can do that. I think we have a very exciting match waiting for us as we get ready to go, but I mean, anyone who bets against Anthos is someone who's willing to take a risk. I'm not quite sure I'm there yet.
We do know that Mots plays a lot of ones, so maybe that experience can carry him through to a win as we go to the first match on Trophy's Edge. Harley versus Superman. I'm not gonna say that I'm biased on commentary. I'm just saying that Anthos has the ability to lose, and you know, sometimes I would
Could've
want to
walked
see
away.
Well, we will just have to wait and see as the match finally gets underway. Harley able to avoid the initial opening from Superman, getting a little bit of damage in a very nice bat strike. But it does look like Anthos is going to be able to get central control once again. Trying to set up with the bomb, but having This is the only issue with Harley, is it's very difficult for her to make the distance when the Ice Breath comes out. Able to dodge into a cycle of her own, it looks like, but Anthos able to break out of it. And here it comes, the deadly loop of Superman. Harley able to answer back with a loop of her own. A very strong strike.
I really like what Mott's is doing with the forward air, poking out, because Mott's knows that you just need to hit that final hit of the 3 kicks to combo into what you need, whether that's an up air, whether that's a up tilt if they're low enough. But you can see that Anthos just kind of freezes Harley's projectiles, and Harley can't really do much about it.
It does look like the projectiles are going to be very easily countered in this state, and an upwards spike, an uppercut from Superman, able to get the elimination on Harley. Obviously, Mott is not going to stand for that, and immediately answers back with elimination of their own. The bombs and the Jack in the Boxes once again being countered by that deadly, that gnarly Frost Breath.
I will say
Able to get a very strong combo.
One of the nice things about Trophy's Edge is that you can stay further off to either side of the stage, which makes it really hard for Superman to start his loop, as Harley starts her combo and is able to get a lot of really good damage.
That's an incredible execution of combo. Able to keep it going a little bit longer with the hammer. The bomb isn't going to connect, but honestly, it may have played distraction. A very nice dodge there from Anthos. A second one as well, able to keep him in the game. Harley trying to connect with that hammer. There goes another bomb, but it doesn't land. There it is.
She just needs a straight side attack or a down attack to combo into the upper, and I'm pretty sure Anthos was gonna die there. And now Harley's getting off the combos, poking and prodding, getting that heat number up, and hopefully he's able to lead that into the last stock, but Anthos is able to even up the score.
Normally when you're a stock up, I would say you can afford to play a little recklessly, just try and get as much damage as you can because you have the advantage, you want to get that insurance. But it's clear that Anthos is not someone where you want to play recklessly. Once again, able to get his combo out, and looks like 2 iterations of that. She slides right into the third.
That's
81 to 18. Oh, this could be the final moments, and it is. Anthos able to get out of dodge with that vicious combo of moves. I may have a new sleep paralysis demon.
I would be frustrated if I was Mott's. Able to avoid the loop up until that very last stock where Anthos is able to clip with the multi-hit jab, and like I said, I would be frustrated. That loop racks up some good damage really quickly. It's literally vicious. 0 to 50, and hopefully Motz is able to carry some momentum as they were leading the matches up until that very last moment.
Motz just needs to keep it cool, keep it calm, keep it collected. You've proven that you are good enough to be a threat to Anthos. Don't let it get to your head. Don't let yourself get too reckless. Just focus on what you're good at when it comes to this Harley kit. Use the bombs and the Jack in the Boxes as distractions, which I think, you know, we were seeing quite good execution of during the sort of middle of that match, realizing, okay, Anthos is going to freeze my projectiles, but whilst he's doing that, I can get behind with the hammer. You're a point down, but it's not over. We're going back to Trophy's Edge for the second round. The bomb comes out from Harley, and it actually connects on this instance.
I like the stage pick, honestly, for Harley here, especially for avoiding those loops. Those platforms really help out a lot. Oh, is able to get a lot off of this corner, as Mott's really not letting Anthos back.
Very good ledge control. Very good ledge control. That's exactly what you want to see. Only taken a little bit of damage. Already got Anthos in kill range. But now the positions are swapped. This is not what we want to see.
Oh no, not able to get past the corner, but uses the hammer to knock Anthos away, challenging the Ice Breath with a hitbox. Unfortunately,
there is
whiff.
that cycle again.
The jab combo leads into a lot, and unfortunately, Mott's not able to refresh enough of the air mobility to get back onto stage. Tried to use the box, but knew that it was a moot point at that, and kind of just leads into the second stock. As a reminder, this isn't best of 3, so, or best of 5, sorry, first to 3. So Mott's might use this game to also collect a little bit more info and try to figure out what to do against the beast that is Anthos, that is Superman.
You do have that extra layer, you do have that extra little bit of leniency when you get into the later stages of this tournament. Mott's trying to get a little bit of damage out, but not really able to do much. Obviously the stocks are even at this point, but that cycle again! Anthos just getting it right back into the 2-1 advantage.
The multi-hit side attack really just leading into everything, really frustrating. Luckily, Harley is able to get out of the loop, but gets grabbed out of the air before the projectile from the downer could come out. I can see Mott's thinking. I can see Mott's trying to figure out how to bait Superman in the air to get a lot of stray hits. But unfortunately, I feel like Anthos has kind of figured out Mott's tricks and is able to catch Harley where it hurts the stocks.
Although we see her performing a very nice aerial cycle there, able to get a fair amount of damage in. But it does look like that at this point it comes down to control over the center of the stage.
Harley getting knocked around, able to return the favor, almost getting the kill with the Jack in the Box, but the hammer's coming out clutch. It's a big hitbox. Unfortunately, whiffing and getting knocked into a bad position as Anthos just repeats the up smash over and over again.
Glad it was a
going
good,
into
clean
Anthos.
fight.
Do we see a return to the trophy's edge as we're sitting in lobby?
I can't help but feel bad for Mott's because they're doing everything right. They're absolutely doing everything right, but Anthos is just a menace.
I think taking a moment to sit, to think about what went right, what went wrong. I think Mott's original strat of using that forward air to kind of look for combo starters was really good. Unfortunately, Anthos responded by using that aerial side special a little bit more, which will catch the feet. So you could see that Mott's tried to mix it up with some down airs, some up airs, some box timings to switch everything up, but Anthos just adapting to everything, and honestly, because the threat of the loop on the ground is always prevailing, because it starts from a jab. It starts from the side A1, and Anthos doesn't always have to go for it. Sometimes Anthos just wants to get the rapid jab into a strong hit, and they can do that. They can knock him up, side, down. So it's going to be interesting going into game 3. Hopefully not the final round. Hopefully Mott's finds something to deal with the menace that is Anthos and his Superman. I'm holding my breath.
I would love nothing more than to see Mott sort of bring it back and bring us all the way to a 5th round fight. But going into Sky Arena here, but I mean, after all the matches we've seen, you know,
I don't have an easy night.
it is hard to stay impartial, but I will continue to do so as we open up into the 3rd round. Both dancing around each other a little bit once again. It is Harley that gets the opening on this occasion, desperately trying to avoid those cycles, those loops. Able to get a little bit of damage out. 30 to 38 on the Heat. We see the beginning of that combination! It's Harley able to stay alive. No, she isn't. The downward spike was just enough to get the elimination very early on. Anthos getting this done quick and efficient.
That's the hitbox everyone's been trying to avoid as another loop starts and it's sending Harley back down. Anthos is taking full control of the game. Mott's not giving up, getting a decent amount of damage, but it being a stock down, you have to know that Mott's is feeling a little frustrated, a little desperate.
Yep, we can see it right here, going for a very risky elimination, but it pays off.
Miss Quinn.
Mott's at 78 Heat currently. Superman now reset on the 0, but both stocks are even. Gets the uppercut and immediately Anthos takes it back at a 0-0 reset. Anthos being a stock up now. Not able to connect with the hammer in this instance, and here comes the cycle. Able to dodge out of it though. Able to avoid it. Here come the uppercuts. Anthos, it looks like, keeping control over the stage. Not looking for that early elimination yet. They know they can avoid it. An amazing dodge from Anthos and going back to the cycle.
Yeah, trying to get that downward spike and keeping Anthos below the stage. Or not Anthos, sorry, Mott's below the stage as Anthos has successfully gotten another 62% on the Harley. You know that it is nerve-wracking. Harley trying to use the bat, huge hitbox, but that corner's deadly.
Oh, and it looks like Anthos went for a risky elimination there to get this over with. Able to avoid the uppercut is Harley. Amazing.
3-0
Everyone did a good
victory
job.
to
Proud of you
Anthos.
all.
Congratulations to Anthos. What a crazy turnaround, honestly.
That was absolutely insane. I was able to catch the end of that. We've had very minor technical difficulties on our end, but a very well executed finish from Anthos there. I mean, we saw some very risky plays there in the final stages of that combat. I mean, Mott's gave it everything they had, but unfortunately, you know, that Anthos moves on again. I think we're gonna see another very well executed performance from Anthos all the way to the finals.
Musty,
I don't know. I don't know.
Musty, #1 Jake NA though, climbing the bracket, hitting up our tournament, maybe our Anthos Slayer. We'll see. I'm really struggling to find the flaws in Anthos's play. I think Anthos is doing a really good job of adapting to whatever situation comes, using the ice breath to make sure that whoever is coming up around the corner feels really pressured to either use a bunch of resources to get back onto stage or feels pressured to hit a button on the way back up. But those buttons are all pretty punishable, especially if you're setting up the situation. Anthos is ready, since, you know, Superman's ice breath just kind of sits there and you have to deal with it. Normally against the people that I play against on the ladder, they just hold it for a little bit too long. So if I punch them in the face, I start a combo, you know? But that's not always the case. Xanthos is very aware of what's going on. I need to see an upset.
Yeah, right. Here's my analysis of Anthos. As we've been following their climb throughout this tournament, I think it's less about trying to find flaws in what Anthos does, but we need to look at what Anthos does very well and is very reliant on.
Everything?
Well, no, Anthos is very good at everything, but My point being, from watching these matches, Anthos is reliant on that loop, reliant on that combo, and also very reliant on the ice breath. We know that
mean-
those are probably the most prolific moves we've seen him perform with during not only this tournament but other tournaments as well. I think Musty needs to look at that and say, right, these are the two moves that I need to have a plan for.
Yeah, I mean, the Anthos isn't really. I would disagree because Anthos only landed the loop once. As we are going into the game, Musty versus Anthos. Anthos hovering the Joker. As I need to notify production that
We were both
we
on that.
lost visual here.
Well, I think it's less about with my analysis, sorry, about that match pass specifically, but just how Anthos is as a player is what I was more going for.
Yeah, I mean, taking advantage. Superman does have a really strong loop, but switching the character to the Joker, I wonder what the motivation of the Joker is. Musty, nobody. Once again, one of the great Jake's NA, if not the greatest.
Both going for a relatively
I forgot to touch the character.
both going for a relatively a common perk spread, let's say. Maybe the Joker pick is to try and catch Musty off guard. It does look like they're going to get the opening here. 23 damage done to Jake at this point. And very good use of the floating platform to try and make a little bit of space. Joker is caught in the chomp, as I'm gonna coin it.
He definitely bites down. Command grabs seem really strong in this game, as the Joker combo bringing Jake all the way up to 100 heat. Jake's having a really hard time getting back in, but we've seen Jake's kill even faster than this. At lower percents than this.
Jake is a versatile character. He's very adaptable. Joker does get the elimination at this point, but for someone like Jake to come back and get a very easy elimination is not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, Anthos now sat at a 63. That's not a terrible level to be at for him. We've seen him survive at much higher levels of heat. Must be able to get a little bit of damage off here, bring them up to 78, but when they're sat at 40, that's dangerous. They went for the chomp and it didn't connect. There's the Joker cycle!
Unfortunate timing with the platform right underneath Jake, pogoing down into it, setting up the kill for the Joker, leading Anthos to be up an additional stock. It's 2 stocks to none.
Able to dodge out of the pogo the first time, but the second time doesn't connect, and now he's just looking for that pogo, the downward spike, able to hit him with the chomp, goes for the spit. It looks like the platform was just able to save him there, perhaps. Now he's looking for that maneuverability to try and keep Joker away from the edge, keep him away from eliminating him. He's able to finally get a stock, still stock down against Anthos. At 40 damage though, if he can stay at this sort of level, we don't really want to see him go anywhere close to 80 or 90. He could potentially bring this back. He might have enough endurance to make it the whole way.
Looking to use those giant long hitboxes to start combos. Oh! Anthos, great dodge, great awareness of what was going on. I like the play here, trying to stay far enough away that you can't get punished for using these really long, really laggy hitboxes. Unfortunately, Anthos closing the distance, getting Jake on the corner where Anthos has been playing great all day. It looks like a struggle. It's definitely an uphill battle at 110 heat. Anthos getting the hit, keeping Jake off stage, looking for the spike, whiffs it. Oh, dodges the bite.
These two now dancing around one another. Jake able to get a couple of hits in. The slide isn't enough. Gets the double chop and it's enough to eliminate, but Jake is at 118 heat. He's in kill range. Goes for that really early elimination, and he's able to pull away with it. Oh my god!
I said it at the beginning of the match. I've seen Jake's kills quicker, and we saw this Jake do just that. I'm sorry for screaming. I'm sorry, chat, for screaming.
No, I can't believe that is the riskiest play we've seen tonight, and the fact that it paid off is incredible. That was amazing. That was an all or nothing. I think Musty knew this is a now or never scenario, and they fucking did it. That's the first time I've sworn on this show, but I think it's time for it. They fucking did it.
I'm so glad you're looking at me for this, CJ. I can't. Oh my god. Jake, I think Jake is one of the most volatile characters in the game. With the command grab, with the weird stretchy hitboxes and hurt boxes that Jake has, being able to weave in and out, trying to figure out what the opponent is trying to do. We don't see a character switch, and they probably know something that I don't, which is why Anthos is sticking to the Joker. I'm sure these two top players play against each other a lot as well, so they probably know a little bit about each other more than anything else going into game 2 after that surprising first win for the Jake.
I'm so bewildered, but I am so enamored by that move. We're going right into the second round. Anthem's actually at a disadvantage for the first time in a very, very long time, trying to get that ledge control that the player is known for, but Jake able to avoid it. Not able to make any connections of their own, Joker being very evasive at this time. Able to dodge the card, though, is Jake, both using their dodges to avoid one another. Here comes the downward spike that is the pogo, a very dangerous move. Jake able to stay alive at this point, but not able to connect with the horse dash. And now bringing them up to 80, 90, 100 heat. Anthos is looking for blood.
Oh, getting a good edge guard as he continues to keep the spacing. Do you think he's being a little overly aware? Oh no, the combo getting quick 60. But I feel like Anthos is being overly aware of Jake's ability to kill at 0. Which I would too, honestly. That was terrifying. I'm still shocked at the way that the last game ended, as Anthos is looking to grab a second stock early, but this is exactly where the first game started.
I mean, that's exactly it. We know that really all it comes down to is that final stock when it comes to these two players. A lot of damage now coming back onto the Jake. Anthos looking for that second elimination. Anthos still sat at a very healthy 80. Dangerously getting close to the edge and able to hit the uppercut on Jake to get the elimination. This is exactly where we saw them last time.
Just a raw up air, clutching the second stock out as we get a grab, and
there it is. There it is.
Do we see another reverse 3-0 in the game as Joker constantly getting shoved off to the side, not getting a lot of room to run around? As long as Jake stays in your face, where is he gonna go?
Well, that's exactly it. He needs to keep up the pressure in this instance because Anthos knows what to expect. And even if you're able to stay alive, like we say, any damage you take is just insurance at this point in the game. Went for the chomp, but not able to get it in this instance. Both trading a very heavy blow from the fist and the card. Jake's dodging is very well timed, but Joker is able to answer for it. Now all it's going to take is one heavy spike. Jake got Joker very close to elimination there.
Yeah, goes for the kill there. Unfortunately, whips, giving Joker a little bit of the upper hand as I talk. Jake able to get the chomp. Anthos almost, it almost looked like he just gave up. He was like embarrassed that hit.
This is very dangerous. Jake just able to stay alive. The card misses.
But who is it dangerous for? We saw Jake get the elimination at this percent difference.
At this point, it could go either way. I genuinely, I consider it a 0-0. Not able to get the combo off at this point. Now Joker once again trying to get that ledge control. Able to connect with the combo, and the uppercut is gonna do it.
I believed. I thought that
If anyone
read,
wants
the
not
roll
over.
read.
I'll be
I
in
thought
my
the roll
dressing
read was gonna lead into a little bit more there. I clearly know a lot about the character. But no, I really like this huge back and forth that keeps happening. It feels like every stock it can go either way. Honestly, I have no idea what to expect at any given point in time. Jake, like I said, is a very volatile character. It's almost like Jake can do whatever he wants. And as long as it, how do I say this without making it sound stupid? Jake lands a read, person dies. That isn't necessarily always the case. As we get a new stage, we're going to Cromulus. I think this is interesting because both characters have really good wall combos, and those giant speakers might come into heavy play, might not. We'll see.
I mean, I think this is a game where environment is everything. This is a cracked immediate debut for this stage. So I will be very interested to see how we use the environment to our advantage. Jake able to hit a very early chomp. Looks like they were going for an upwards elimination there, not able to connect with it. There goes the stereo. The first one goes down. And quite honestly, I feel like both were kind of punished for it. Both took a fair amount of damage from colliding with it. Jake able to dodge out of the pogo in this time. And that floating platform in the center of the stage is obviously also going to factor in. Jake able to get the chomp. Desperately trying to get that vertical elimination, but doesn't land on this occasion.
I think it's kind of interesting the way that Jake kind of has, they both kind of have to play around the fact that that the stereo is just really hard to get around. Converting the balloon onto his side, trying to ride it in and get a strong hit from the Joker. Was unable to do so as the first stock goes to Anthos. Anthos already at a 77 though.
It is definitely a position, you know, any higher levels of heat is even more distance that Jake can lob you with that devastating chomp move. But an incredible combination of moves that gets Jake all the way to 80 already. Both are relatively even on the heat damage. Joker is stocked up in a uppercut for a second elimination. The second stereo goes down. Oh, and we've seen both possible outcomes for this stock level, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, as honestly, I thought that the game was pretty even up until those two sequences where Joker just really ran away with the game, as gets another roll read with up air. This is looking rougher than the last one.
As he says it, the job is done. Second point goes to Anthos.
Jake is how I feel.
That is
Jake
an incredible sweep.
Crying. He wasn't able to get the hits that he wanted. It was a counter pick by nobody. Must be nobody, the player, not. It was a counter pick there, so clearly there was a plan going into it. I wonder if it was to keep Joker up close because the speakers and the smaller nature of the stage. I wonder if he was trying to take advantage of the way that the stadium is set up.
I
I wonder if
yeah.
he just likes the stage. That's also really
I mean,
big reason why a lot of people like certain stages.
when you get to this level of the game, you know, you really got to just take any advantage you can. And if it's a stage you're familiar with that you perform on a lot, then that is something you need to absolutely put into your repertoire.
Or
Unfortunately,
a
in
stage
this
that no one is
instance,
used to, like Townsville, is what I'm
oh,
saying.
there it is. There's our Townsville mention. But we are not going to Townsville in this instance. We are going all the way back to Trophy's Edge, with Anthos being 2 points to 1. They need to get this third point in order to move on to the grand final and win this upper bracket. We need to see if Musty has what it takes to get that second point, to stay in the game, to take it to a 5-round bout. My favorite kind of match, as everybody knows. Jake versus Joker, round number 4. Let's get it on.
Getting the early hits, but they're trading small ones for now as Joker gets eaten up, hit against the wall, has to dodge back up to stage, and collects the center stage, getting a little bit of advantage in this match. But Jake just runs through Joker, literally. Getting the percent lead early on. Oh, gets another grab. That might be it. Oh no!
At that point, no, the risk was too high. Joker basically gets a free stock there from Jake. Obviously, Anthos is still sat at 78, now 91. He goes for the chop again. But I think Anthos has the read at this point. He knows what to expect. He knows how to counter it. Joker now at 109 heat. Able to dodge that punch. Stays alive.
Unfortunate that the platform literally pulled Jake just far enough away that that forward air didn't connect with Joker, but that should be it. Tying up the stocks 1-1. Though that first one was still so disappointing. Just losing it at basically 0 for no reason at all.
It's really unfortunate to see, but like we said earlier, you know, these things can happen. Anything can happen in a tournament setting, and we are seeing anything right now. Joker trying to get that juggle again, a very well timed card there. Jake able to just stay alive, but Anthos again with the ledge control, getting Jake back up to 105. I don't know what my voice is doing. I cannot contain myself.
I don't think you can give Anthos those kind of leads. I don't think you're allowed to give him anything free. As Jake, in a position that he's been in a lot, like just a high percent off stage against this Joker, he's looking to get in, gets a couple of straight hits and maybe even a bite to start off a combo. But not finding a lot.
It looks like he's trying to bait Anthos into trying to do some kind of close ledge play. Anthos far too experienced to fall for a trap like that. Yep, making sure there's ample space between him and the ledge. And there's the second elimination.
That's it. Your time.
Yeah, just weak hit after weak hit. You can see that, that he's hunting for these bites so he can get the kills. And he does it. Everything's evened up. Now, this is match stock for nobody. He needs to finish this out so that we can go to a game 5. Bite is a good way to start that off.
Second chomp isn't going to line up in this instance, but it looks like right now the focus is just get the damage in, chip away at him. Joker with the pogo combination. Jake able to stay alive. A very good use of horse form in that scenario, but Anthos is looking for the juggle, looking for the cycle. Jake barely hanging on for dear life. Musty needs to win this point if they want to stay in the game at this stage in the tournament and not be relegated down to the secondary bracket. But the range on the cards is just able to give Anthos so much control over the stage, especially around the center. They're able to catch him on the bite. It's now or never. Oh, isn't able to get the uppercut at the opportune moment. Joker is able to stay alive. And there's the card, and there it is. Anthos once again has decimated the competition in the upper bracket and gets their champion's advantage in the grand final. Congratulations to Anthos. Congratulations to Musty for able to, put up as much of a fight as you did. Absolutely no shame to you whatsoever.
How do I hold on? Let me compose some thoughts as Matsi gets sent down to the losers bracket, going to losers finals as we lead into our next game. I don't know. I just what do you say? What do you do in those situations? I like it was
Anthos
so
is
close.
Anthos is looking to be our first reigning defending champion. Obviously, every tournament so far, the winner has been usurped. I think Anthos wants to extend their reign by more than a single week, and power to them, absolutely. But we've still got plenty of heavy hitters down in the secondary bracket as we are joining Lethal and Kal-El Fox. Lethal, I don't think we've seen tonight so far, but Kal-El, we have seen one of the many people Anthos was able to eliminate. The Iron Giant going up against, I believe, yep, that is a Shaggy. My eyes do not deceive me. We joined these fine competitors in round 6 of the secondary bracket. The winner of this bout will go into the quarterfinals of bracket 2 to face Mott's.
Now, Lethal, a strong Shaggy player, only so far losing to another former Crack Media MultiVersus champion in Gritaku. So honestly, not a bad loss. And we're going into the game. Same thing that I said about Shaggy into the Superman. Shaggy has a lot of really strong hits, a lot of good combos. Had a loop, I believe that doesn't exist anymore. I believe it was nerfed out of the game. But Iron Giant's a strong character that's able to break out of combos,
Don't worry.
knock
I'll like
you
go
away
easy
with
on you.
strong hits with the car, with these strong shoulder shoulder bashes, and once you're off stage with the superior air mobility, he's able to just keep you there.
Able to get control of the stage very quickly. A very good use of the EMP in the early stage of this match was able to give him absolute dominance over the matchup, dealing a lot of damage. Looks like they're going for the drop kick elimination, and it is gonna pay off. We'll remind you that now we are back in round 6. It looks like they gave up a stock there. I'm not sure that was entirely avoidable or not, but we will remind you. Oh, and Shaggy goes for another vertical elimination to try and get that second stock, get a point up. As I continue to try and remind our audience, but they won't let me. I'll do it later. Shaggy's a stock up. Things are moving far too quickly as he is now in Super Shaggy mode. Is he going to be able to hit the kick? Or is Iron Giant going for the drop kick? He's able to dodge out of it this time.
I told you, Shaggy has strong hits, strong combos, and Iron Giant's giant bunny isn't helping him. As he's getting laddered all the way up into the sky. Shaggy agrees. He stays. You go. He will not follow you into that blast zone. As he gets the uppercut, clenching game 1. And I will remind you that we are back to best of 3s, first to 2 games. And as Lethal takes the first game, putting Kal-El on his tournament game potentially.
I'm going to predict a swap to Wonder Woman. It may not happen, but we have seen that Kal-El is flexible, has the Wonder Woman in their repertoire. We might see a swap here. I'm not entirely sure, but that was a very well performed match from Lethal, proving that they deserve to still have a shot in the grand final, still have a shot against Anthos to be our Cracked Media MultiVersus champion.
I
So,
mean, as you saw, Shaggy is a strong character, can dish out a lot of damage really quickly and close it out with 1 or 2 reads. I
absolutely, the vertical prowess was more than demonstrated there.
Kal-El might just be in the tank right now, trying to figure out what he wants to do. If he wants to switch, if he feels like the Wonder Woman's a bad matchup, maybe he's trying to ice out Lethal, not letting him get the momentum going into game 2. Going to Sky Arena with no platforms again. Maybe he feels like it's a fluke and he can punch back even harder this time.
100%, I think. At this stage in the competition, you got to play to your strengths. I think both players are going to do that here as we open up in the second round of this bout. Neither able to get a connection. Shaggy finally able to get a little bit of damage in with the bicycle kicks.
I
But-
love the little pushes that he's doing with the dash attacks, with the down airs, weak knees.
Absolutely paying off for them in this instance.
Every trade coming out in Shaggy's favor. But that wasn't a trade, that was a clean hit as the combo starts. Unfortunately,
Already.
it looked like a mistake. Oh, it wasn't a mistake. Lethal just waiting for Shaggy to come back.
And just look at the amount of damage Iron Giant is able to deal in just a couple quick moves. Although Shaggy looked like he was looking for a vertical elimination there. The drop kick is going to land. Iron Giant's going to be a point up as they transform into attack mode. The missiles and the energy balls all coming out are very... just not letting Shaggy get any kind of landing here. Trying to dominate with the ground pounds, with what looks like some kind of earth wave. It's very, very strange visual, but they're making it work.
I would have hoped that, honestly, Kal-El would have been able to get a little bit more damage onto the Shaggy as the stock count evens up. But it is a 63 point lead for the Iron Giant. But is just getting caught by these down airs over and over again. Oh, tries to go for the read to get the kill, but the EMP breaks Kal-El out.
And now it looks like, again, it seems to just be like an aerial fight at this point. Both of these players very good at keeping control of the sky. The drop kick isn't quite going to get the elimination. He misses what looked like the spinning car. Shaggy also going to miss their own attack. Both are dancing on the ledge of the stage. Oh! Iron Giant able to get the elimination there. Very well done. Very well done. And that was immediately opening up.
Kal-El really making sure to keep their tournament life alive by getting the stock first, was only able to get 20%. Shaggy in a rough position, but Shaggy's getting his momentum started. They're just trading hits back and forth once again. This time Kal-El seems to be coming out on top, getting a huge combo, but Shaggy returning the favor. I don't know who's coming out on top. And it's Kal-El tying up the game score 1-1.
I was trying to sit here and analyze these guys' performance, but honestly, just the back and forth of both of them, I honestly think that could have gone either way.
They literally were just running at each other and hitting buttons over and over again. It just happened that the Iron Giant got the last laugh. But
Very
we've seen
well
Lethal
performed.
take these games. So it's anybody's game. Loser of the next game is knocked out of the tournament, doesn't have a chance to even attempt to challenge Anthos in grand finals.
I mean, you're absolutely
I'm
right
gonna
there.
continue interrupting you over and
You
over again
mother!
as we're waiting to get into game 3.
I'm trying to be the play-by-play. You son of a gun! And I was going to say, before I was rudely interrupted, Callow absolutely needed that victory. We could see, just trying to desperately secure the damage. Very good use of the drop kicks to secure whatever kind of kills they could. Able to stay alive in this 6th round of the bracket, bringing it up to that 3rd and final matchup to push towards quarterfinals to face Mott's, to then, push on even further into the semi-finals, to work your way to the grand finale of the tournament. Everything is to play for here. Absolutely everything is to play for.
I mean, the hard thing is that Lethal had a very good chance of taking that game. It was a couple of whiffs. It was 1 or 2 whiffs that really let Kal-El grasp the game and honestly rip it out of Lethal's momentum. We go into game 3. I expect another bloodbath, just hit after hit after hit.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of stock trades here, but also it may be a case of both just wanna. Yep, I was expecting this from Kal-El, just trying to get in with these shoulder dashes, with the spinning car, trying to get early damage in, but it looks like it's not gonna pay off in this instance.
Just running at each other. Oh, the EMP leading into the second hit, keeping Shaggy off stage. Shaggy able to get a return hit. It's, like I said, a bloodbath, just punching each other in the face. It might as well be a fight club.
I feel like it is in a sense, but the vertical prowess of Shaggy rears its face once again, able to get that elimination from the vertical. A very, very well performed combination, but the EMP once again. And now it looks like they're both in a very dangerous position. Both able to stay alive, and Shaggy once again trying to get control over the situation.
Shaggy trying to build up that percent so that they can get a reliable combo into the kill. But the Iron Giant's just fighting back. Honestly, Lethal is doing a really good job of keeping the Iron Giant in the air where he can get a straight hit.
An incredible elimination there from Shaggy. Not how I thought that elimination would go, but clearly there was a plan there and it paid off. Shaggy at incredibly high levels of damage at 116, but Iron Giant just not able to connect. Even through the EMP, it wasn't enough. The ground pound keeping Shaggy at that low level. Finally able to connect, getting the elimination, but already the Iron Giant is at 60 heat. And the downside of having such large hitboxes is even though your hits are massive, you can take damage from just about anywhere, and we've been seeing that throughout the course of this bout. Iron Giant at 128! Desperately trying to stay alive. Shaggy without a hit on this next stock. There's the elimination. Congratulations, Lethal. You're going through to the quarterfinals.
Man, with these
I
powers
stopped breathing at some point. What an amazing performance from both of them. Lethal doing a really good job of keeping space, rattling the gears inside of the Iron Giant, making sure that ankles were broken, sockets were loosened, as Lethal moves on to fight Mott's, our Harley player, in the losers quarters. On the other side, it looks like we have Indigo Wendigo up against Name Is No. Indigo really climbing their way back into the tournament after also losing to Anthos. But
I
at this
mean,
point,
very prolific is Indigo. We've seen some very dangerous plays from a lot of these competitors, sort of able to take those extra risks, go into the offstage fights and try and get those eliminations. Unfortunately, for some of them, it hasn't ended up how you would expect. But I think the further we go through this bracket, the riskier and riskier the players are going to be willing to go in order to keep ascending up the ranks.
I am amazed at the quality that Justin, our producer, always comes out with these tournaments. I mean, it's clear since we had, I think we had 40 some sign-ups. We have a 30 plus person bracket. I would count, but I'm bad at that. And honestly, thanks to him, we can have a great stream. We can have a great tournament. He's doing everything behind the scenes, and I just want to give him a shout out like I do every week.
Yeah, Justin. Justin is basically the engine that keeps this car running. Absolutely, we are effectively just a nice coat of paint over everything that he's built. So people keep showing up to it, and people keep coming to compete. People keep coming to watch. Clearly, we're doing something right. So we would love to thank Crap Media and offer our sincere and eternal gratitude for everything they allow. If you want to see more of the things that Crap Media can produce, head over to the website, head over to the YouTube channel. Everything will be linked down below. Links are flowing through the live chat as we speak and periodically throughout the show. But go and see what everyone's making. Go see the beautiful articles, the amazing long form content that you can find on Twitch. If you're more into the short form edited content, we have that for you as well. There's something for everybody here on Crap Media.
Yeah, and we do the XP Share podcast. That's every other Sunday with myself and CJ here, along with our producer Justin, and our wonderful DJ Juice Wayne, who also, when available, participates in MultiVersus tournaments. We also sometimes play games together on some side quests. We did recently release a side quest with a couple of our members playing. Was it Halo Infinite?
I believe it was, yeah.
CJ, also our wonderful editor. I do nothing else. I literally sit here in a chair, scream at a webcam, and I'll move on with my day. It's great.
Well, you've got your own life to live, and you've got plenty of things going on, so I think we
All
can't
right,
bash you for that.
let me be clear. I don't scream at a webcam. I scream at CJ
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah, no, yeah,
I
it's very targeted. It's incredibly targeted, actually. Justin, I know
How do
you
you feel
can't
about
actually.
beans on toast?
Listen, I'm not a fan of it personally. I can't do beans. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to them.
Kind of
What I do
bourbon.
know is you triggered the hell out of me during Overcooked because we were making cups of tea and you put the milk in first, you dirty, dirty, dirty human.
Yeah. I mean, come to America. We will microwave your tea for you.
That's even worse. That's actually worse. And I can't believe that that's a real thing that I've witnessed.
GG's. Thank you for showing up, Steels, aka Chef. Good games, well played. And it turns out that CJ is allergic to beans. Sounds sad.
It's not been confirmed by a doctor, but I have reason to be believing it beyond a reasonable doubt.
I have microwaved tea before. I won't be.
Okay, Justin, I'd like to pull you into a private call real quick. We need to talk about some casting issues in Crap Media. See,
Uh,
I would actually kick you from the call because I believe I have that power, but I also know it would ruin everything and it would bring the entire stream down. So I'm not gonna put that on Justin.
I am. We are waiting on it seems like Mott's currently to go into the losers quarters match between Mott's and Lethal. I'm just kind of checking in with everyone here, making sure everything is okay. I think this might be a good time to shoot it to a break so I can use the bathroom because I haven't. I've actually just been sitting in this chair screaming for however long we've been streaming, for 2 hours. So I'm going to let production switch it over to a quick break as we wait for Mots to get back in here. I appreciate everyone in chat. I appreciate you, CJ, for letting me bully you.
letting, he says. I want this entire VOD clipped so I can take him to court.
Anyways,
This is evidence.
we're gonna go into a side call and bicker for a little bit. We'll be right back.
All I heard about was all your love, wrapped in lies. Oh, showing off, pretending to be nice. All I heard about was all your love, but you crossed the line. Oh, but I got no heartache, heartbreak, grief about you now. No, I will keep dancing, till the sun comes up and I'm running out of luck. I'm going out till dawn. I will keep dancing, when the game's still on and I'm all the way in for more. Oh, I will keep on dancing, dancing, oh, I will keep on dancing. Tomorrow I will see you on your knees, begging, oh, I need you. Look at me, we could bring this back. Don't tell me all you feel is your regrets, wrapped in lies. Oh, 'cause I knew you would blow it, mess up all again. No, I will keep dancing, till the sun comes up and I'm running out of luck. I'm going out till dawn. I will keep dancing, when the game's still on and I'm all the way in for more. Oh, I will keep on dancing, feel the thunder, shake the open ground. Won't give in, I'm fighting for the crown. Heavy clouds are way above my head, like all of my regrets and things I never said. No, got a feeling, shiver in my bones.
Welcome back to Cracked Media Multiverses number 5, where we drink coffee, not tea.
I mean, I don't know why I've made it very clear I don't drink tea. So I don't know why that's the running joke, because I don't drink it.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I'm saying that we drink coffee.
No, but I know what
not
you're
tea.
doing, Quang. I'm
I'm
aware
not doing
of what you're
anything.
trying-
I'm saying facts. As we're going into the fact of the matter, losers quarterfinals, Lethal versus Mots. Mott's having been eliminated by Anthos, waiting here for his competitor, Lethal, the Shaggy player. We just saw take out the Iron Giant as we ready up, waiting for the two players to get into the game. We're going into game 1 on Sky Arena with no platforms. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I think that this is going to be a very interesting matchup. These are two kits that are very volatile, very unpredictable, very adaptable to many situations. I'm not sure what perk that is that Harley's running. I think that's to do with the Jack in the Box, but I could be very wrong in that. I'm not very familiar with Harley's perks, I must say.
I'm
But
not
as
gonna
we
lie to you, I did not see. I'm sorry.
You didn't say it was some kind of megaphone from the looks of it. And looks like they very antsy, very ready to get going. Both able to get some very early dodges, but it does look like Mott is going to get the initial opening here. Getting a decent amount of damage in with a couple of early combos. Shaggy able to break out of it and deal some damage of his own. But Harley unable to connect with the hammer. And now it looks like Shaggy's looking for some very low hanging downward spikes. Just able to stay alive in this instance.
A big thing that Harley has are these huge disjointed hitboxes, but Harley doesn't, even with those, doesn't have the easiest time challenging Shaggy, but is able to close out that first stock, making sure to use the bomb, attaching it to herself, and using that as a juggle tool to get a clean stock off of the Shaggy right away.
Present for ya.
Absolutely. Again, that is the unpredictable versatility of the Harley kit. Both of these heroes very good at their vertical prowess, as we saw earlier going up against the Superman, and earlier still with the Iron Giant match. Harley in a very dangerous position at 120 heat, but is able to stay alive with a well-executed hammer. The bombs and the Jack in the Boxes are going to be a lot more viable in this match, as there is no chilling breath in order to freeze them up, but they're not going to be able to save her this time as Shaggy gets the elimination, but misses the super kick. And now is at 170. I think that was the bomb.
Yeah,
the bomb was able to do it.
That was the Jack in Box launching him into the bomb, getting a clean second stock from the Harley. Mott's is having great awareness, great punish every time that Shaggy commits to a move. And I just looked through Harley's perk list. I think you were thinking of the confetti explosion perk. Every time, instead of getting the burn off when she fully stacks her confetti, it explodes. And it clearly worked out for her, the match, but Shaggy able to even up the stocks.
I think the interesting thing with the current set of perks that we have is Shaggy is able to go into his final form, basically, if he's able to get the stock elimination. There's more than enough time for him to get it. The hammer almost eliminating him, but he's able to survive, gets a vicious knee, but Harley able to counter with her bat. Shaggy sat at 108, Harley at 84 heat apiece. The hammer comes in again, bringing Shaggy up to 120. One more deadly hammer strike may be all it takes for them to go, and it's the bat that does it. Harley escapes with the first victory of this round, getting them their first
Was that
point.
I stink and Harley?
And of course, we are in quarterfinals, so it is still best of 3 at this time. As on the other half of the quarterfinals, Gritaku and Indigo Wendigo is officially underway.
It was a strong start from both of them. Unfortunately, Mott's kind of felt out Lethal, getting a quick 2 stocks, but Lethal was able to bring it back, switch things up, was really patient, but was unable to close out that stock as the final couple of hits allowed Mott to clutch game 1. We're going into game 2. I doubt we'll see a character switch. I doubt we'll see a stage switch even, honestly. It seemed like both players were comfortable on the stage. The stage has a lot of what they both want. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure uh what else you could ask for in this situation.
No, you're absolutely right. I think at this point it does just come down to I know what I need to do. They have their skill set. It just comes down to execution. Obviously, Harley does have that point lead. Mox does have that point lead. But we've seen Lethal come back from worse. We've seen Lethal be able to pull out this 2-1 victory. Are we going to see it again? It's all going to come down to it as round 2 goes in. Harley, Shaggy, Sky Arena. Bomb comes out very early. Doesn't connect on this occasion, but Harley makes the most of the spacing. Able to get very good ledge control there. The hammer comes out. Shaggy already on 40 damage, but evens it up and gets her up to 49, up to 60. A very well executed cycle there.
I like the way that Lethal waits for Mott's dodges and punishes Mott for even thinking about dodging towards him. Mott's in the corner, Harley's not really wants the space to set up the bomb, set up the jack in the box, and it allows Lethal to get that first stock pretty quickly.
Absolutely, and a super kick as well to Harley, dealing very heavy damage here, basically even up the damage already. He is now within kill range, but I mean Harley's at 84. He knows it's all to play for, and there's the elimination. Mott's able to even it up, and it looks like able to avoid the jack in the box thanks to the immunity frames from the spawn.
Punishing the sandwich throw, I've never seen that, but Mons was able to do that to get his first stock. Unfortunately, Shaggy was able to close out the stock since Harley was already up 90 points of damage. It's looking really hard for her to get down, but gets this really good combo.
Very well executed. The bomb does connect. The hammer does not, however. Shaggy is able to get that vertical juggle and eliminate Harley, getting a point on the board for Lethal. It's going to be one apiece. We are going to that third round.
Yeah, and these games are really quick. Both characters kill very fast. That's something that we have to kind of keep in mind, is that these matches really go back and forth very quickly. As we're going into the third game, I think we just see more of the same. Just getting knocked back and forth, comboing into kills, racking up damage very quickly.
In no time.
Sky Arena, Shaggy, Harley.
It's going to be a lot of vertical play, I imagine. Harley getting that ledge control like we see at the beginning of every game. The bomb is going to connect, gets him into the air, and immediately eliminates without taking any damage whatsoever.
Using that jack in the box, super aware of where that jack in the box is, and just continuously pushing Shaggy upwards, able to get the kill with after attaching the bomb. And just the awareness from Mott's, clearly a very seasoned Harley player. Crazy. Crazy.
I don't think Lethal could have gotten any closer to the edge without being eliminated there. Incredible survivability, but Harley just again with these lethal combinations. The bomb jack in the box combo once again. And again, able to pull it off, able to get that bomb elimination, the vertical elimination that is prolific within this kit.
Do keep in mind that with the confetti perk, there's a little bit of extra explosion at the end once the bomb hits. And I think it's doing a lot for Harley, but honestly, Shaggy getting a stock here, but a full stock down. Harley having a huge lead.
Oh my god.
And he just decides, you know what? I have a full stock lead. I can send it into the blast zone. And Harley does. Harley does a great job of it.
That was I think that is probably one of the best examples we have of why picking your perks is really important. And obviously the standard array of perks is fine, it's fairly well balanced, but if you know that you can commit to a part of your kit and extend it and improve it just that little bit, it does make the difference in the matchup. Mott's has demonstrated that perfectly. And, I can't say I'm disappointed. Lethal did really well, but I think Motts is one of those risky players that we just love to watch. I get very excited whenever we see a match like that. Very quick, very efficient, elimination, stock after stock after stock. A very well-earned victory from Motts. Absolutely well-deserved. We will see you in the semi-finals.
Going up against the winner of Gritaku versus Indigo Wendigo. It looks like Gritaku is up for now. I mean, Gritaku, our Gizmo player, former champion of Cracked Media MultiVersus. And we're up. We're going into game 2. Gritaku is already up a game. As we go into the next one, and I get my cat off of my lap, whose nails are digging into everything.
Our secret third caster, that is the Cat of Quang.
Honestly, we've seen a lot of Gritaku as well. Gritaku loves to play around the popcorn, getting the Hot Wheel out, burning it up, exploding the sports car all over your face, getting kills that way. We didn't get to see game 1, but going into game 2, we'll see if Indigo has what it takes to take a game off of Gritaku, keeping his tournament life alive. Hopefully so.
Now we're seeing the slightly less popular, at least as far as our tournaments are concerned, iteration of Sky Arena with the 3 floating platforms. I mean, I feel like they benefit Black Adam a little more than they do Gizmo, but I'm already sort of being proven wrong as they are able to make very good work of the extra mobility, although it looks like Adam went for a risky elimination there, not able to pull it off, and now the Gremlin pulls out with very, very good execution of the car there, very good use of the long range attacks. Black Adam at 105, Gizmo at 81. Oh, goes for a downward spike. Not quite getting the elimination, but there it is. Not able to hold on.
Keep it together.
Gizmo is a point up. Gritaku is a point up.
Yeah, Black Adam using up all of the air resources, unable to get back to stage. And that's good edge guarding. Gritaku doing a really good job of just racking up kills there. Losing the stock, but still up 64 points of damage. The barrier is really important in this matchup, but Gritaku getting around it, using his little speedster to get through.
Absolutely, and again we saw an attempt at the downward spike elimination against Black Adam. Wasn't able to get it off this time, but Black Adam already back into kill range. The thunderous claps doing a lot of damage, but we saw there the use of the firework bow and arrow and the collision with the car. Dancing on the verge of death, but Black Adam has that vertical mobility. It's not able to save him though. A very well-timed attack from Gritaku there.
Yeah, being able to catch him out of the air. Gritaku closes out the second stock only at 32%. This is going to be a huge uphill battle. But Indigo Wendigo needs to close out this stock to make sure that they still have a chance to continue in the tournament. They're doing a good job of keeping Gizmo on the corner. Oh, catching Gritaku out of the air. Racking up percent, getting the strong hit into the kill at 86%.
There it is. This could honestly go either way. It just comes down to survivability at this point. Indigo needs to get this elimination if they want to stay in the game, if they want a chance of moving on to the semi-finals. But the juggling now from the Gremlin is absolutely insane. Getting Black Adam back up into kill range whilst they sit only at 44. I'm not quite sure what the strategy is going to be here, but it looks like they weren't able to get the thunder in. Another very well-timed firework. The car just misses. There's a thunderclap.
Honestly, Wendigo fighting for their life. And oh, all these straight hits are so close.
Oh,
Snipe.
the snipe did it. That was absolutely insane. A perfectly timed ranged attack there was able to get Gritaku that second point to get them through to the semi-finals. Very well done to Indigo. Absolutely, there is no understating the performance there. But unfortunately, this time it does look like it's going to be Gritaku versus Mots in the semi-finals, going into that 5-round bout that is so well loved within this community.
Insane. How do you even that snipe at the end has got me feeling feels.
The thing is, there's not really much you can do about it. I mean, that projectile is so fast that the reaction time you need in order to be able to respond to it, especially after just taking the kind of combo that was taken there, is... I'm not sure if Indigo could have done anything in order to prevent that. I think it was just incredible execution and timing on Gritaku's part.
All right, we're going into the next game here. Gritaku up against Mots. I assume it's gonna be Gizmo up against the Harley Quinn.
I would
Gizmo
imagine
apparently
so.
having some army training. Oh my god. Well, we see some banter in the chat between Gritaku and Mots. As there's a small back and forth.
There is a little bit of a friendly smack talk going on. Obviously, if you are catching this on YouTube, don't forget you can come and join in on the fun at Crap Media Official on twitch.tv/Crap Media Official, where you can be a part of all of this fun shenanigans and back and forth banter live in our beautiful Twitch chat, which has been held together by the amazing Justin, as well as our mods that are periodically coming into the chat, making sure that everything is kept nice and tight and neat. We love everyone here at the Crap Media team very much. Thank you so much for making the show possible.
I'm excited to see this next one. I really feel it's gonna look a lot like the way that you and I feel
Oh, here
about
we
each
go.
other.
Really? Okay.
A lot of strong feelings, a lot of anger, a
A
lot
lot of
of back and
hammers?
forth.
A lot of hammers and bombs and cars and fireworks?
And you're eating after midnight. I'm not eating after midnight. There's a lot of
Mm.
you
Mm.
know, my car exploded a while ago and it hasn't been fixed in a while.
Yeah, okay.
Sniping you out of the air, it's just
Oh, really? You're sniping me out of the air? Well, we'll see about that. We will see about that. But for now, we're going to focus on the much more important Mox versus Gritaku in the semi-finals of the Crap Media MultiVersus tournament version number 5. Remember, this is a best of 5 first to 3 wins bout. The winner of this match will go to face Musty in the finals of the secondary bracket. Harley versus Gizmo. Looks like Harley was able to get a little bit of damage off, able to avoid the car there as we are on Trophy's edge. Oh, looks like Gizmo's in a little bit of a tough spot. Harley able to attempt at least to guard the ledge. Gizmo able to avoid it at this time, only taking a relatively small hammer strike there.
Corners really hard to get out of for both characters against each other. There's a lot of setup that they can do, but percents are slow to rack up as there's only a couple of straight hits here and there. And honestly, Mott's getting another edge guard opportunity. But no, they're just getting knocked back and forth.
It does look like they might be looking for that that side elimination. A very good use of the bomb. I'm not quite sure it connected how he intended there. Gizmo is able to start building up a combo of their own, dealing what looks to be gonna work out to be 80 damage to the Harley. But Harley is able to get the elimination. I'm not sure if that was the bat or the bomb there. But either way, it ended up in their favor. The car has been destroyed. Harley at 85 damage. The Gizmo, the Gremlin, able to come in with a fresh stock now. But already they are up to 32, 35 damage. The lingering fire slowly chipping away at their health as the popcorn and the notes now come out.
All this extra credit really working out for the Harley. Oh, but isn't able to get much more than the 37%. Edgeguard opportunity. Oh, it still catches Gizmo out of the air with the bat, but having a hard time coming back upstage. I don't know how much more she has.
There's a
Not
downward
much.
spike, but with 75 damage already dealt to the Gizmo, I feel like a lot of the necessary damage she would be doing now already been done. As we've said, she's got a little bit of insurance. Didn't matter. Gets the elimination. Gets the vertical spike.
The bomb was attached to Harley, and as Harley was dodging through the attack, it went off and just happened to be touching Gizmo in a way that the explosion would kill him. But Harley, needing to fight their way back onto stage, is able to do so.
Very well done. The bomb does connect, but it looks like Gizmo has a little bit of bomb defusal experience, able to get the elimination there. And now Gizmo able to even up the playing field, both at 2 stocks, 84 heat on the Gremlin. Harley at a very, very comfortable 9 as the bow and the bomb come out, both connect. Gizmo able to get it off again. Harley's taking a fair amount of damage here. The car is going to explode.
Oh, good dodge off of the stage, making sure to get underneath the hitbox, returning with the bat. But the stock, or not the stock count, the damage count is evening up pretty quickly as Gremlin doing Gremlin things, just some shenanigans. This Gizmo, I swear, is ex-army. Probably been deployed on a couple of tours, defusing bombs, sniping enemies.
Very well done. Very well executed. Gritaku showing their experience. They want their title back. They want their champion status back. Mott's now going to have to fight an uphill battle. Going to need to win, ideally, the next 3 games. But if not, they've only got one more loss they can afford to take before they will be eliminated. Going to Sky Arena now.
No
Very
platforms.
interested.
The no platforms makes this a little bit more interesting as well. A little bit harder to dodge the car, but also a lot harder to dodge those bombs and those projectiles that are flying back and forth from both characters. It's going to be interesting to see how each character adapts or what changes, if at all, other than the stage that each player makes. We're going into the game. We're going to see who gets the opening hit as the car immediately comes out. And getting Harley in the scope is already going to get the first stock because Harley jumped wrong. And sometimes that's how this game works. And is almost going to get a second one.
Oh, Gritaku's going for it again. Goes for it again. Harley barely able to stay alive. Out comes the car again, able to dodge it on the arc. It looks like Mott's is going to try and even this up by getting an elimination of their own, both playing very close to the edge of the map here. Harley able to get control of the ledge now. The bomb does not make its landing. Gizmo going for another elimination. The umbrella comes out. The downward spike is going to miss. Harley back on the ledge guard. The hammer doesn't connect. However, both dancing through the air. Gizmo at 87, Harley at 93, Gizmo brought up to 95, Harley brought up to 93. This is just back and forth and the car connects.
going up 2 stocks to none against the Harley Quinn. Unfortunately, is already able to get another 40 some percent, 60 some percent. I just can't talk fast enough for these two.
No, absolutely. There is the even, at least a little bit, evening up the scores here. Harley finally getting a stock on Gritaku, but the elimination from the car! 2-1 up goes Gritaku.
You and I need to start attending some auctioneer classes, I think.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to be faster at saying numbers at people. Because I think, my God, that was quick.
Oh, goodness, that was absolutely the immediate stock gain from Gritaku there completely caught me off guard. I can't imagine how Motz is feeling right now.
Yeah, we're going into game 3. Luckily, Motz has a little bit of life left and theoretically can bring it all the way back. Winner of this match will go up against our good Jake boy Musty Nobody. And you know who's hoping to be that person? It is Motz. Motz needs another try at Anthos. Everyone wants a piece of him tonight.
Immediately opening up with 2 very good hammer strikes. The card doesn't connect on this occasion, but that vertical juggle, that cycle that Gizmo has in his repertoire, not a full loop, but a very powerful combination. Not able to get it off this time as Harley continues to dish out the damage, bringing them all the way to 65. The hammer is able to get the elimination. I believe it was only 74, 73, something like that. Able to get that initial stock. Motz is out for blood. However, both are in the air currently, both in very dangerous positions.
Both are able to get these quick kills. You can tell that these are both seasoned players. They're capitalizing on every stray hit, every whiff, and just they're so in each other's faces, and there's no time to breathe, no time to stall, as we're all just, the moment that you tried to rest, the other is going to take advantage and get some strong hits, maybe even some stocks, as they both fight back and forth. Gritaku evens up the stock count.
Yep, Gritaku looking like they were trying to bait Harley into trying to do a downward spike there, able to get the stock back on them. Now Gizmo set at 42 heat, going up closer and closer to 50. Finally able to get a little bit of damage on the fresh Harley. The car is able to connect. The arrow doesn't, neither does the umbrella. Not able to get that cycle off this time. Harley being very evasive, very versatile. The bomb comes out again, not going to connect. But the bat does, the spin kick does. Gizmo gonna answer back with their firework bow and arrow. Harley using the hammer to do some damage, make space and get back on the stage.
You can tell that Motz is trying to hunt with the bomb, but is able to use the hammer to knock out Gritaku, getting a stock lead here, really fighting for their life in this tournament. 110 damage on the Harley, but we're gonna continue seeing Gritaku fight back. Can Motz take the game? He needs to be able to clutch these out if he wants even a chance of making it to Musty Nobody and into Anthos.
Gritaku getting riskier and riskier with their plays as Harley goes all the way up to 151 heat before finally being eliminated. 64 damage dealt to the Gizmo. That is a dangerous position to be in, but we've seen that Gritaku can get these eliminations absolutely out of nowhere. Harley going in for the bomb. It looks like followed up with a very heavy bat strike. Although Gizmo able to retaliate.
Harley really needs to not relax. We've seen Gritaku time and time again could bring these types of games back, but also we've seen Motz close out games even closer than this. Can we see?
Oh my, there it is. I wasn't quite sure who was going to go down there, but Gritaku takes it. Oh my goodness.
Gritaku really did a good job closing out that last game. This is not coined by me, but that was a close 3-0. That was not that could have been any iteration of that set count, as Gritaku goes up against our favorite Jakey boy, Musty Nobody.
Absolutely an incredible performance from Mott's there. I think it's just Gritaku knew he had to start taking risks, and that's exactly what they did.
Can someone stop this man?
Well, we are about to find out. I mean, Gritaku is a very seasoned player, a very famous name when it comes to crap media MultiVersus tournaments. Musty Nobody, I think, is a very strong contender for getting to that grand final. I think either of these competitors have exactly what we're looking for to take on Anthos. But ultimately, I think we're going off versatility in Jake, and Jake's ability and Musty's ability to deal a lot of very good levels of damage from long range and survive against Ryutaku's ability to just absolutely eviscerate you within 3 seconds and you not know what's going on.
I have no expectations.
I
don't
think
know
we're
what
in
to
store for a
expect.
great match. And you know what? No matter what happens, no matter who comes out on top, I think this has everything in the books to be match of the night. So honestly, that's just what I'm hoping for. I don't care who wins, because I think both of them have what it takes to win the whole thing. I just want to see an exciting, unpredictable fight, and I think we're going to get that here.
I don't know what tools Musty's going to be pulling out to attempt to take down the gremlin menace that is Gritaku, aka Greeted, aka Never Dies at 100. We are not seeing the gremlin as Black Adam comes out.
Interesting.
I see. We don't have to wonder, because that's not the matchup we're going to see at this point. We're going to be seeing the Jake into the Black Adam, where Jake is definitely going to want to run in, make sure that Black Adam isn't able to create space, isn't able to take advantage of the fact that he has a very annoying tiny projectile that kind of just stops any forward momentum from anybody. He just gets punished for throwing out an attack, and that's my bad. I feel personally responsible for that.
Absolutely. Gritaku continues to surprise me week on week. The last thing I would have called from him is a Black Adam. Maybe this is him warming up a hero for later on. But Jake there, almost getting the elimination. Obviously, the big chomp, as we have coined here at Crap Media. A very versatile way of eliminating someone, getting complete control. But Adam, with the aerial versatility, control over the sky, able to avoid quite a lot of damage. Although Jake is still going to have a 15 heat advantage. Adam bringing that up to only 8 with a 62 on 70. I mean, already this is... Oh, another big chomp. Goes for the vertical and is able to get it on this time. Jake gets a stock up.
I don't understand the character switch, but clearly Gritaku is cooking something, as Jake is able to close out that first stock, maintaining a healthy 62 damage. Gets another bite. He's gonna look for this another vertical kill, trying to read. Gets the correct read. Unfortunately, bad timing. Gets
Absolutely. I think Gritaku saw it come in that time and was able to dodge out of the way. goes for the downward spike. Jake able to actually get upwards and get away from Black Adam just enough to survive. The thunderclap is going to make its move. The horse able to keep Jake alive. The chomp comes in once again. Does look like he's going for that vertical elimination, but it's able to do it off, I believe that was some form of belly rush of some kind.
I believe that's Jake Sayre as Jake gets spiked into the ground. A full stock lead for the Jake though.
Look, I'm just calling these moves as I see them. I'm not necessarily going for technical prowess. I'm just here to sort of give auditory to the visuals, and that's what I'm seeing. And the downward spike. Musty able to get a point up. Control yourself, Quag. I can hear you laughing over there. Well, I'm completely serious.
It's okay. I don't appreciate you
okay.
lumping us together when it comes to naming these. I feel like it's your whole genius that is coming up with these names, coming up with these details.
That's
The
right.
belly rub,
We all
for
know you're
example.
part. We all know you're part of hashtag Team Sky Amphitheater. We all know.
We see the character switch. Yurtaku maybe disrespecting the opponent a little bit too much. Deciding to go back to the gremlin himself. As we're waiting to start up the next game. I'm gonna pretend like game 1 didn't happen. And Gritaku was late to set. We gave Musty a free game.
That's actually not how this tournament works at all.
I want to see how Musty deals with the projectiles that Gizmo throws out. The bow and arrow, the car, the little popcorn, right? The music notes. All of those things theoretically are not easy for Jake to deal with as we're going into game 2 on Trophy's Edge. I'm not entirely sure what to expect, but I'm more than anything, I really like these outfits. Can I just sit here and talk about it for a second? Jake looking dapper.
I'm not sure.
Game up.
I'm not sure we're gonna quite have the time for a full fashion show as we're loading into Trophy's Edge for the second round of this best of 5 bout. Ritaku needs to get a point in order to even up the odds. Musty needs to get a point in order to try and solidify their victory, solidify their chances of making it to the grand final. It looks like both are going to be able to get a semi-decent opening up. Ever so slightly, Musty is going to have the advantage here, but Gritaku is very easily able to execute some very good dodges. Able to avoid the chomp, the horse, the downward punch. Now able to get control over the ledge. Jake able to make it out with their flexibility. And now Gritaku looks like they're going for quite a risky play. Is it going to get punished by the Jake? Not quite. Gritaku able to stay alive.
I was just about to say, like, Gritaku's doing a lot better job this game, avoiding the chomp as he fully charges the down smash to get the spike kill. Clearly more comfortable on this character than he was the Black Adam, but Jake looking for a cheesy kill off the top with the chomp.
Absolutely. I think, you know, maybe the Black Adam was a long-term play, but at this point in the competition you want to stick with what you're comfortable with. You don't really want to experiment this late in the tournament. I think that has been realized. Using all of their assets to their advantage, the versatility of Gremlin being showed on full display. Still, Jake is not able to get that initial stock elimination, although Gizmo is finally brought into kill range. The car not able to connect. Maybe a second chance.
Whoa.
No, punched out of the air, but the stalling was enough for Gizmo to line up a shot. Jake able to get the elimination with the axe, but they are already on 100 heat.
I really like the movement that Gutaku is showing, taking away options with the variety of projectiles. And though Jake was able to even up the stock count, Gutaku does have a 100-point lead and is able to secure that second stock. You know, being on game point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what Jake can do to even up this point unless he looks for another cheeky kill. Gets a couple of down airs into an attempted double chomp cheese kill.
I think he was absolutely going for exactly that, but Gutaku able to survive on this instance.
Ooh,
Still dancing on the edge of death. Jake now caught up in the combo. Gizmo able to stay alive. Looks like they're gonna go for the elimination. The card doesn't connect. Jake trying desperately to get that second stock off of Gizmo. Not able to secure it. Gizmo back into center stage. Jake having to use his horse mode just to stay alive. Gizmo now in kill range, but Jake is going to be very, very close behind now. Both are over 100. I think the next big blow could decide the fate of this stock. Gizmo able to stay alive. Jake now dancing on the edge once again.
We've seen Musty kill at lower percents than this, but unfortunately unable to close out the stock. Gutaku takes game 2 rather convincingly.
Absolutely gets that point back that he absolutely needed.
Do we expect another character change going into game 3 is the question. As Gutaku sits on his victory waiting for Musty's counter pick. We can go anywhere. We can be anything.
Maybe the Black Adam was an early attempt at countering the Jake. I'm not sure if that's a viable pick for something like that, but I feel like at this point it's been proven player skill is more valuable at getting wins and winning matches over like the necessary strategy of rock beats paper, hero beats X hero. So maybe that was the realization that we've finally seen from Gutaku. Maybe the Black Adam was potentially an attempt at a setup for the Superman, but I think looks like we're sticking with both heroes. Looks like we're going to the Batcave.
I like this choice a lot.
I'm a big fan.
I will say something that I really liked that Musty was doing was when the cheesing wasn't working anymore, he would spit out Gizmo and then cover the whole ledge so that Gizmo couldn't grab it, or the whole wall, by just extending his body out, one giant hitbox. And
Better put
kind
those
of
buns
puts
on a sizzle
the
platter, 'cause
gremlin
they're
in a
about to get
precarious
roasted.
situation. But Musty's definitely here so that he can abuse these cars, the Bat car and the Bat wing on the sides. But unfortunately, those getting destroyed very quickly. We're talking aware of Musty's plans of cheesing, and unfortunately that causes Musty to lose all of his air dodges. Oh, but Gutaku unable to capitalize on it.
No, not able to capitalize on this time, but I think the damage that was dealt was more than enough of a trade for that. Jake already in kill percent. The car isn't going to connect, but the arrow is in this instance. And it looks like maybe just one more good hit. Yep, there it is. There's the elimination.
Turns out what you need to be a good Gremlin player is to make sure all of your arrows hit, all of your combos hit, and if you can't land your arrow, you land your combo.
So what you're saying is hit the opponent to do damage.
Yes.
It's effectively what you have described there.
Yeah, while not getting hit because your movement's so slick, so clean.
It does look like Gutaku's going to attempt to control the ledge in this instance. And a very good use of the downward vertical spike. Jake trying to survive with the flexibility there, but not able to survive. And it looks like Gutaku's going to take a second stock lead, still only at 60. I mean, we have seen Jake eliminate people at lower percents than this, but it does look like Gutaku's survivability is going to be what factors in here. Once again, we're back at the ledge.
Gets the bite. Tries to cover everything. Covers it with the bite. Gets the kill. That wasn't cheese. That was calculated gameplay from the Jake. This, however, may or may not be cheese. Oh.
Not able to connect with the punch, it looks like. Gritaku sees the threat, gets away, tries to line up the car. Doesn't happen on this time, and the mattress isn't able to control the ledge as well as we would hope. Jake able to get back into the center of the stage, trying to do as much damage as they can. Not able to connect on this time. The mattress was able to intercept, but the chomp!
What?
The
What is that hitbox?
punch evens it up.
What is the hitbox? He was clearly under the stage, able to slide. The gremlin.
I feel like there is a slight overarch, perhaps to the bite that allows for Jake to catch it like that. Although he's in a very dangerous position. A very dangerous position. Could be overbite. We might need to get a dentist on the line to confirm this. But Gritaku able to secure a second point, bringing him 2-1 up in this 5-stage bout.
I need everyone to remember.
An incredible, incredible performance there from the Gremlin.
Reminder to everyone that you need to stay hydrated if you're gonna chew. Otherwise, you know, sometimes you're gonna slip and fall, get a little dizzy, not really know what you're doing, and unfortunately, losing game 3. And there is a poll that we want to put out into the chat. Press 1 in chat if you think that Harley is honest. Let's see those ones in chats.
Looks like Clang is trying to start a rally of some kind as we go to Trophy's Edge for our 4th matchup of the finals. That would technically be a 2 because you round up at 0.5, but more importantly, we're going to have Gizmo and Jake. We're going to see if Jake can round up to that second point and bring us to our 5th round. Both able to avoid each other. Jake finally getting an opening here. Both trying to get control over center stage. That floating platform absolutely going to come into play. Jake gets the bite immediately. Not able to play it off at this time.
Every time he whiffs the cheese, I feel slightly disappointed. But I think that, honestly, Musty's doing a really good job of keeping up the pressure. But just Green never falling for it as he secures the first stock, using that umbrella as a battering ram, knocking Jake off the top.
Looks like Jake is going to try and answer back. The floating platform playing into his hand, getting him as close to the edge as possible. Finally able to send him out with that bite. Looks like they're going to try and go for it again. They missed the punch on this instance. Gritaku timing a very, very well executed dodge. Now once again, it gets that ledge control that we see from this high levels of play. The bow and arrow able to connect. The car not going to on this instance. Gritaku at 36 damage. Musty at 86.
Yeah, honestly, Greta doing a really, really good job of getting away from it. Sorry, holding my breath because I thought that was gonna kill. Gritaku's doing a really good job of keeping the movement up, using the Hot Wheels to weave back and forth and creating this large hitbox that can definitely kill as Jake tries to kill off the top. Oh, getting the punch in and keeping the pressure up. Musty is keeping this relatively even this time around against the Gremlin. Maybe he's figured something out.
And it does look like the shots again. Gritaku's insane sniping abilities, serving with the Navy Seals, able to get them that elimination there, as now Jake is going to be on a fresh stock. Gritaku sitting at 115. Jake looks like he was going for the downward spike there, but not able to connect. The mattress coming in once again. Gritaku may put himself in a bad position, and he has Jake able to get the elimination at only 50 health, which isn't as much as we would expect.
Oh, gets the grab! Is that it?
That's it. He's evened it up. I can't believe that. That was absolutely sniped out of nowhere. That grab was insane.
Press 1 in chat if you think Jake is honest. Let's see those ones in chat.
Oh, I cannot believe. I cannot believe.
Oh, I'm so sorry once again to chat for screaming into the mic. I I saw the angle that happened. Oh, as we go to a game 5 winner of the next game, moving on to play Anthos in grand finals. Wow.
I cannot believe that you are using the chat in the way that you are. It's insane. But it looks like we are going to be going back to the Batcave for our final match in this bracket. The winner of this match is going to be the one to go and face Anthos in the grand finale to challenge him for his championship.
That's moves my best buddy Finn taught me. Want to see him?
Okay. Sorry, I had to stop talking because I thought it was gonna happen again.
I honestly, I wasn't quite sure. But, oh my goodness, the early elimination is insane.
We didn't see this quite often today. Just competitors left and right accidentally not knowing where the bottom of the map is and losing their stock at basically 0 as we're going into game 5. Once again, winner of this game moves on to grand finals. And Gritaku looking like he wants it to be him.
Absolutely goes to the fight. He's done it again. I mean, he's taken 91 heat from that. So it wasn't exactly. There is no. This cannot be how it ends. This cannot be how it ends. There is no way. Gritaku desperately going for that elimination from the bow. The car is going to connect. The stocks are going to even up. It has come down to the final stock. A 0-0 reset in the final match, the final bracket. And we're going to see it.
Don't tell me. Don't guess it, right? Okay, he dodges it this
Oh,
time.
no, he's grabbed again. The downward spike. This Gritaku. And he's gone.
Flawless victory.
Honest character. I've never seen a more honest character in my life. I've never seen a more honest character in my life.
The chat is going insane. The chat has gone wild here. That is the quickest final I think we've ever had. We've had some very, very quick matches, but I don't ever think a final has been that quick. I'm happy to be corrected. A lot of love for Musty in the chat right now. A lot of people also so much is going on right now that I cannot fathom. Gremlin got an incredibly quick elimination at the beginning of that match. We thought Gritaku went in with the advantage, but then it was elimination after elimination, stock after stock after stock.
I need to know in chat. Press 1 in chat if you want to see Anthos take another MultiVersus.
You need to stop
Or do we want to see Jake cheese the Man of Steel or the Joker?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What do we want? How will it happen?
I'm incredibly curious.
What do we want?
To be fair though, when you're going up against Anthos in the grand final, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's fair.
You don't hate the player, hate the game. And I think that's what it's gonna come down to. We are in the grand finals. This is it. Anthos looking to be the first retaining champion. Musty looking to be a new champion, looking to make a transitional champ out of Anthos. We have not had anyone retain it yet. The title is on the line. Now, to very quickly explain to those who are new here, because Anthos won the upper bracket, they go into this grand final with what I have coined a champion's advantage. Anthos needs to win one set of 5, that is 3 victories, in order to walk away with the gold. Musty needs to win a set of 5 2 times in order to win the title, the prize, everything. Anthos is one of the most prolific players we have seen on these tournaments. Musty has proven that anything is possible as we go to Sky Arena, floating platforms, Joker versus Jake. First round of the grand finals are live, and it looks like both are playing it very safe. Anthos has had time to rest, doesn't connect with the pogo. There's the bite! He goes for the second one, not able to get it this time. Uses his horse form to get back to the stage. But Anthos has the ledge control that we know them for so viscerally, trying to get those pogo damage in. Which they do. Jake on 82 damage, Joker on 24.
I'm still thinking about the last game, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wonder if Anthos is going to fall for similar tricks like that, but Anthos is able to get out of it. I think the reason why he didn't pick the Joker as his kill is those cards. Those cards are a very strong projectile, goes straight, makes it really hard for Jake to get in and kind of get that almost those cheesy combos going. But Joker able to return a lot of damage really quickly, gets the bite. He's gonna try to kill off the top, but Anthos is very aware of what's going on.
Anthos is incredibly good at executing those dodges. And I imagine he's been watching the tournament up until this point. He knows what to avoid. He knows what to expect. Being a stock up at 86 damage now. Gotta man to keep up with this as much as they can. Honestly, those floating platforms, whilst they can absolutely be a benefit, they may also be a hindrance when it comes to landing. Jake able to get the elimination, evening up the stocks. 62 damage, whilst Joker gets a nice health reset at a flat 0. Another bite.
Oh, changing up the cheese a little bit. Changing up the follow-up because Anthos has been respecting the second bite all day. But is unable to get back onto stage. Does he have another dodge left? No, he doesn't.
He was able to get the reset, I think. He grabs the bite out of the slice. He gets the second one. Anthos is still alive. The pogo is able to save him, and Anthos survives it.
You won't stage myself.
Maybe it's just character diff. I'm not entirely sure why that time it didn't work out. I don't.
I think it was a health thing. I think Anthos just had a little bit too much health and was able to survive.
Oh, got some bounce. But Anthos was able to return a lot of damage really quickly. I like this stage for Jake because top platform makes it a little bit easier for that bite to kill off the top. But it is still good for Joker because Joker also has similar ladder combos and is able to just use those platforms to extend any lead that he starts to create, especially with the pogo stick.
Absolutely. And it looks, oh my god. I mean, Anthos known for kind of emoting in the middle of a fight. Yeah, maybe it's a disrespect thing, maybe it's biding time, but it does look like Musty desperately trying to hang on here, but once again, Anthos has control over the ledge, gets the uppercut in, and the Baton 12 is able to secure the first match to Anthos, one step closer to retaining his title as MultiVersus champion here at Cracked Media.
Clean game from Anthos. Monster.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Anthos, doesn't matter whether he's on Wonder Woman, Iron Giant, Joker, or Superman. He's an incredible performer. He's an incredible fighter. There's not really much more that can be said. I at least want Musty to be able to trigger Champion's advantage, get us to that second set of 5, because I feel like that would be a bit more dramatic. But that's the performer in me. I know that I can't influence that.
I mean, next time you could enter, possibly get to that level. You could practice the game.
I don't think I would stand a chance against any of these guys. We're looking at top leaderboard players. I'm not even on the leaderboard, so it looks like we're going to Trophy's Edge though for the second round in our grand finals. Joker versus Jake once again. Both looking for that opening. Jake is the one that's going to be able to connect, but the Joker is able to immediately get him in a juggle.
Oh, no.
And the card connects as well.
Oh, Anthos getting really good hits, making sure that Jake is pressured all the way to the edge and back as he wants that trophy. And we are looking at Anthos taking control of game 1 immediately. 100 damage on the Jake. Oh, let's go for the fight. Anthos is ready for it.
Stage
Securing
myself.
stock number 1.
Absolutely, that Pogo is vicious. The downward spike in Joker's kit. Able to get this juggle once again. And it looks like they're going to try and get it into a second cycle. We might have potentially seen Anthos trying to build up another loop there. Jake finally able to break out of it, but a lot of damage has already been dealt. Jake already brought up to 88. Misses the bite, but dodges into quite a nice combo. Anthos once again though able to secure that ledge, the position of power that we've seen them in time and time again. Jake now within kill range, just hanging on.
There's a little bit of desperation coming out of Musty as they keep throwing out hitboxes trying to come up over the ledge, and Anthos is ready for it every single time, punishing every single swing. Unfortunately, it didn't space that quite right. Two stocks up. It's feeling a little rough for Musty, at least for this game, but we've seen Musty kill at lower percents, and Jake can certainly do it.
Absolutely. It is not over until the match has been called. Joker now going into 97, Jake at 28. Genuinely, this stock could go either way. Though Jake is already in another very precarious position. And Anthos has a 2-stock advantage here. If he wanted to, he could play a bit more of a risky strategy in order to try and secure an early elimination. Jake dancing around that floating platform, dancing around that ledge once again. Joker isn't able to connect with the slide. And now Jake able to finally get that stock up on Joker. Sat at 77. We might need to see one of those really low health, quick eliminations from Musty. Not able to connect on the bite this time. And now Anthos once again securing center stage, but it looks like Jake might be going for a vertical. Able to dodge out of it again. Anthos' dodge execution is beyond impeccable.
Musty trying to adapt to Anthos' options, but unfortunately timing is just not exactly there yet. But it's really good to see that Musty's switching it up, making sure not to do the same thing over and over again. So kind of Anthos able to secure game number 2.
Oh, the pleasure.
Press 1 in chat if you think Anthos is honest.
Is this gonna be the running joke of the grand finals? Is you just getting chat to spam numbers at us?
Chat, spam a number at me if you think CJ's delusional right now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, J-Dog, I'd like to pull you into a private call after this tournament real quick. I'd like to talk about my hostile work environment. It does look like we're going to be going back to Trophy's Edge. We're not seeing a map swap at this time. Anthos looking to secure their victory. At this point, Musty needs a clean. Oh, I've been proven wrong. There's already been a map swap. There we are. Looks like we are going to the Haunted Mansion, it seems. Musty now basically needs to clean sweep the rest of this round in order to stay in and trigger the champion's advantage. We will see just how it fares, and those looking to retain their title, our first multi-tournament reign on the line. Joker opening up with the cards. Obviously, the environment is going to play into this matchup quite heavily. The derelict floors, the breakable walls. There goes the left-hand wall already. Jake dealt 29 damage. Joker sat comfortably on 9.
Joker?
Desperately trying to avoid those bites.
Jake, we haven't seen Jake pick this stage yet, and I don't know if this is kind of Musty trying to switch it up for his sake, just to change the environment, or if there's something planned for Musty, but unfortunately not being able to get an early footing as Joker racks up those percents and is just baiting out movement with those cards. Able to keep his distance, poking him out with the cards, bringing him up all the way to 111 damage. There's nowhere for Jake to go.
Bottom of the deck.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when it comes to this stage, claustrophobia is a big thing that people need to deal with as they're dancing on the edge of death once again. Both able to survive just about, but Jake at 111, Joker at a very comfortable 21. Jake is very close to kill range here. There it is! Joker secures the first stock and has basically taken no damage for the trouble. Anthos once again has an incredible advantage.
I think Musty just needs to go full on cheese at this point. Huge disadvantages. I think you throw away the honesty. You decided that you are not an honest player in this moment. You play to frustrate Anthos. You time him out. You chew him up. Spit him into the blast zone. You know, I think that's kind of the plan you have to go for. As he gets the grab, looks for a top kill, whiffs the forward aerial. Unfortunately, as Anthos is playing an incredibly patient game, and honestly doing basically what I was telling the Jake to do.
Anthos knows he has advantage. He knows that, pardon the pun, all the cards are up his sleeves. Gets that second stock. Are we going to see a wipe in the final round of the grand final? As Jake continuing to take damage from that pogo. The vertical juggle is insane. Jake is already back to 80. Looks like we're going to see the bite connect with the second one. There it is. Jake is emoting on his enemy.
That's the kind of momentum that you need to be as as the underdog in this situation.
Joker's wild,
But
moron.
unfortunately, the shoe's on the other foot. Anthos could theoretically just wait out 4 minutes if he really wanted to.
We've gotten very close before to it. We saw, I believe it was last week, someone tried to go for a timeout victory. I don't think that's Anthos' style though. He gets the baton uppercut. Absolutely eviscerating Jake, getting that top elimination. Congratulations, it is for the first time we can announce, ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still Cracked Media MultiVersus champion. Anthos, congratulations.
Second time in the row, third time overall. I may or may not be putting a bounty on Anthos' head next week, if he shows up again.
Didn't you say that last time as well? I'm noticing.
I added money to the pot last time,
Oh yeah,
but
you
I
did do
will.
that.
We'll see what we talk about next time. Thanks for joining. If you enjoyed the stream, if you have the time, join next game. Join the Discord channel, not game, sorry. Join the Discord channel so you know when the next tournament is, so you can join in the fun playing the games. Congratulations to Anthos again. If you're not if you weren't watching this on crackedmedia.com, that's cracked-media.com, what are you doing? Go there. Check it out. Pretty great. Pretty fun. Shout out to Justin, our producer. Also produces the XP Share podcast, also hosted on this Twitch channel, as well as on the Crack Media official YouTube channel. All the links are in chat or in our Discord, or once again, go to the website. You goobers.
And of course, we'd like to thank each and every one of our participants who came out tonight to show off their best skill. Obviously, Anthos came out on top, but every single one of you was absolutely incredible. It's always a pleasure watching your matches, and we hope to see you again next week in our next tournament. Hopefully, one of you may be able to challenge our reigning defending champion. But of course, all that and more next week. Quang, thank you so much for having me once again. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you.
Don't have to lie to me.
I speak only truth and wisdom. It has genuinely been an absolute joy. And of course, thank you to everyone who was in our live Twitch chat. You guys have been absolutely incredible. You guys really came out with it tonight. And we adore each and every one of you. You guys bring the energy. You guys bring the heat. And we send it right back to you. We will see you next week. But from me, stay safe. Much love. All that jazz.
Have a good night, guys. How do you feel about it?
Words spill out of your mouth. You wish you were someone else. I miss you, but I know we miss your old self too. Silver once golden. There's only so much holding on. You can't take when your mind's at stake. Oh wait, do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to put your heart to rest. I'll keep waiting as long as it takes. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again. Some things I can't fix feels heavy on your chest. I wish I could carry the weight all on my back. Colors now faded. There's only so much hoping that I can do, but I'd rather lose than lose you. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again. Do what you gotta do, what you
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise, tear all the worries out of my mind. About who I'm supposed to be, I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times.